E.G. Marshall. Most of us have a healthy love of adventure. We like to do new things and visit strange places. We don't even mind taking certain risks, but within limits, of course. To wager life and limb in pursuit of adventure is only for the very few. And rarer still is that breed of person who insists on venturing forth even though the outcome is almost certain to be death.
I'm telling you, it's out there, Jason. I have proof now. It's right there in front of you.
I'm sorry, Ernie, but I'm not going to help you.
In the old days, you were never afraid of risk.
In the old days, I had nothing to lose.
And now you do, is that it? Just what is it you're so anxious to protect?
My life.
Is that it, Jason? Is that really it? Or is there something else?
Our mystery drama, The Laughing Maiden, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Percy Granger and stars Norman Rose. It is sponsored in part by True Value Hardware Stores and Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One. There are people who thrive on danger, who need to live on the cutting edge of existence, taking risks and meeting challenges which seem unnecessary to everyone but them. Financial reward is of little importance. Just to survive is their triumph. Then there are others, people call them soldiers of fortune, who willingly put their lives into the hazard in hopes of gaining such a prize they will never have to worry again, if they live.
My name is Jason Hainsworth. I suppose you'd call me a drifter now, though once I was half owner of a charter fishing boat in the Florida Keys. The story I'm about to tell concerns my former partner, Ernie Chowders. It happened 5 years ago, but I've kept quiet all this time because even now I can't quite believe it. I was in a small town in the Caribbean. I hadn't seen Ernie for several years, and then...
Jason? Jason Hainsworth, is that you?
Hey, Ernie, son of a gun, how are you? What are you doing here?
Oh, hey, I could ask you the same question.
So, how are you?
Oh, you know me. Nothing changes. You're still hiring out with the Laughing Maiden.
The Laughing Maiden. You still have the boat, huh?
Yeah.
And old Tom?
Oh, he's still the crew, loyal as ever. A couple of years ago, we had a good season. I was going to get a new boat, and old Tom wouldn't hear of it. Said it would be bad luck to leave a Laughing Maiden.
He's still superstitious, huh?
Oh, sure.
Why are you here in Monte Cristi? There can't be many rich fishermen coming through a little port like this.
Oh, well, it's part of the Caribbean I hadn't seen before, I guess.
But what is it that could possibly attract you to a place like this? There's no tourism that I can see.
Look, how'd you like to come see the boat? Say hi to old Tom, and maybe we'll talk, okay?
You're not in some kind of trouble, are you?
No, it's not that at all. Hey, look, there she is.
Yeah, a Laughing Maiden. Looks like you haven't given her a new coat of paint since I left.
Come on board. Tom, come up topside.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chowders. Lunch ain't quite ready.
Oh, never mind lunch. Look who I got with me.
Oh, Mr. Hainsworth.
How are you, Tom?
Yeah, just I'm all right. Just about to fix some lunch. You gonna stay?
Yeah, of course he is. Unless he's got some other business.
No, nothing. I'd like to join you.
Well, it's okay.
So, how's the old ship sailing, Tom?
Well, it stays afloat.
I'm going to walk around some and try to get my sea legs back. It's been a long time.
Yeah, sure, Jason. You go ahead.
Did you tell him, Mr. Chowders?
No, not yet, Tom.
Don't you think you ought to?
I don't think it'll matter. I get the impression his luck's not been too good lately.
Well, it's a fact. I'd sure feel better with another person along. I hope he still carries that pistol.
Here he comes.
Well, I'll get down and make lunch, but you tell him, Mr. Chowders, and tell him the whole truth. He's your friend.
This sea air is like a tonic. Ernie, Is there something wrong with Tom?
Tom? No, why?
I don't know. He seems a little on edge.
Oh, Tom has always been a little strange. Well, how's the old rig feel?
Oh, she's solid as ever. But she could use some repairs, though, and a new coat of paint. How do you expect to drum up business if she's not looking her best?
Jason, I got a confession to make. Tom and I, we aren't in the chartering business anymore.
Well, then... Hey, Ernie, you're not into anything illegal, are you?
No, it's nothing like that. You ever hear of Cape Coast Island?
Oh, sure. It's on the tail end of the Bahamas.
Yeah, it's across 100 miles of open water due north of here. Did you ever hear of the Quedog Merchant?
Quedog Merchant? No.
Well, how about Captain Kidd?
Oh, Captain Kidd.
Jason, the Quedog Merchant was a ship that was captured by Captain Kidd nearly 3 centuries ago. On board that ship, he found what was reputed to be the single richest prize ever taken by a pirate of the Spanish Main. 60 pounds of gold dust, 100 ingots of pure silver, jewels. Well, the whole cargo was valued at 10,000 pounds then. You know what that'd be worth now?
And this treasure is supposedly buried on Caicos Island.
Not supposedly. It is, I'm sure of it. Kidd buried it there before returning to New York to face charges of piracy. He intended to return for it, but he never did because he was arrested and sent to England to stand trial. He was found guilty and executed.
Ernie, they claim there's treasure buried on half the islands in the Caribbean. What makes Caicos so special?
About a year ago, this guy chartered the Laughing Maiden. In addition to being a fisherman, he was also an amateur treasure hunter. He told me the whole story, and he paid me to take him out to Caicos to nose around.
So you want me to come out and help you dig up the island looking for this treasure?
No. The place is too big for that. What we've got to do is find the rock.
What rock?
According to the story, after Kidd buried the treasure, he carved the directions to it on a rock. Oh, if we can find that rock, Jason, we're rich.
And this is why the Laughing Maiden needs a new coat of paint?
We've been out to Caicos a dozen times. I've been making a methodical search, taking one section of shoreline at a time. Jason, today could be it. There's only one small strip of beach on the leeward side I still haven't explored. So what do you say?
This isn't one of those treasures that's guarded by some pirate's ghost, is it?
No, don't be silly. Here, let me show you something. Yeah.
What is it?
It's a Spanish doubloon. Pure silver. I found it on Caicos the day that amateur treasure hunter had me take him there.
Look, there's bits and pieces of booty all over the place down here. You can hardly scratch the ground without...
But this is from the Quedog Merchant. I have proof of that.
How?
Look here. See the imprint? You see these numbers down at the bottom? They're a code for the place where the coin was minted. Toledo, Spain.
Well, how do you know it was Toledo?
Because I wrote to the National Archives in Madrid and asked for a copy of the Quedog Merchant's manifest. And there it was. The numbers on the manifest matched this coin. Oh, there's no doubt this coin came from that ship. So, what do you say? We'll cut you in as an equal partner. An even three-way split.
Why?
For old time's sake. We were partners once before. We'll be partners again.
I'll come along, Ernie. But just for the ride, you hear me? Just for the ride.
I always time it so we arrive at low tide. That way we can cover the whole beach.
Well, the whole beach is solid rock. No wonder the treasure's safe.
Yeah, we only got to cover up to that spit there.
You mean to tell me that you've been all around this island?
Yeah. That rock's here. I'm going to find it.
What about Tom?
What about him?
How come he stays on the Laughing Maiden? Wouldn't it go faster if he helped you?
Oh. Well, Tom's kind of a lookout.
Oh, a lookout, huh? What for?
What's that? It's Tom. We gotta get back to the Laughing Maiden quickly. It's incredible. I don't believe it. How could they have known?
How could who have known?
The syndicate.
What syndicate?
Did Mr. Chowder tell you?
No, but I think that it is time he did. Ernie, are we in danger?
I never thought they'd find us. That's why we moved up to Monte Cristi. They must have spies everywhere.
Now, will you tell me what's going on?
Here's the binoculars, Mr. Hainsworth. You just see for yourself.
Let me look. Hey, looks like the mast of a ship.
Well, it's a yacht. A big yacht. High speed and heavily armed.
Well, who owns it?
Well, there's a syndicate. It's rumored to be headquartered in Porto Plata, but no one knows for certain.
Who's the head of it?
No one knows. But whoever it is, he knows the legend of Caicos Island, and every boat that comes out here is followed by that yacht. It sits right over there just behind the horizon. And if the treasure is ever found,
They sweep down, seize it, and probably kill whoever had the misfortune to discover it. So that is why you were so anxious to cut me in.
No,
You
that...
tricked me. You tricked me into coming out here. Start the engines. I want to get away from here at once. I left Monte Cristi that evening. Didn't see Ernie or Tom again for some time. And then several months later, I happened to be passing through the village again on my way back to the States. I was still upset with Ernie and had resolved not to visit the Laughing Maiden. But I did linger in the town for several days. Why I stayed, I don't know. Nor to this day could I tell you if it was a mistake or a blessing in disguise.
Mr. Hainsworth.
Oh, Tom, how are you?
When did you come into town?
Well, I've been here for a while.
You weren't going to come down to the Laughing Maiden?
I don't think so, Tom.
Well, I can't say I blame you much. Wasn't right of Mr. Chowders not to tell you the full story.
We might have been killed out there. I hope you haven't gone back.
No.
Good. That means Ernie has finally given it up, huh?
Mr. Hainsworth, I wouldn't blame you if you said no, not after what happened, but I think you better go to see Mr. Chowders.
Why?
I'm worried about him. Real worried. He's in a bad way. He's hardly left the boat for the past 3 months.
What's happened?
Well, I'd rather not say here in public, but I am worried about his health, Mr. Hainsworth, and worried about his sanity. It's because of something that happened that day out at Caicos Island.
G.K. Chesterton believed that a long Sunday walk and a glass of beer could put us spiritually in the company of an Alexander the Great. Others disagree. A true adventurer takes genuine risks, plays for keeps, and does not count the cost. I shall return in a moment with Act Two. Which is larger, the universe or the mind of man? The philosopher would say the mind, because it is capable of comprehending the entire universe plus 1 inch. But man is also the only animal who will inflict pain on himself needlessly, who will torture himself with the remorseless workings of his own mind. It's a vicious circle, and given the power of the mind, sometimes a fatal one.
I followed Tom down to the wharf where the Laughing Maiden was moored. I was shocked by her appearance. She'd taken on the aspect of a ghost ship. But if the change in the boat surprised me, it was nothing compared to the change in my old friend.
He's down below, Mr. Hainsworth, in the cabin.
You say that he stayed in there for 3 months?
With the portholes closed and the blinds drawn shut. Who's there?
Ernie. Ernie, it's me, Jason.
Jason?
it is stifling in here. How can you breathe? Tom, open the window.
No. Oh, don't. They might see in.
Ernie, what's the matter?
What?
Who might see in?
The syndicate people, Mr. Hainsworth. He's terrified of them.
But why? Have they been after him?
Oh, it's because of what I've got here.
What?
Tom, were you followed?
I don't think so, Mr. Chowders.
You think the syndicate is watching you?
You can't be too careful.
Ernie, you made a prisoner of yourself on your own boat for 3 months.
I can't ever escape.
What are you talking about? You don't know where the treasure is.
Oh, but you're wrong, Jason. You're wrong. Wait till you see. You remember that day on Caicos? Remember when we spotted the yacht's masthead? I started taking pictures. Look.
These are the pictures that you took?
Yeah. Here. This one of the sunset. Look down there in the corner.
That's one of the rocks on the beach.
You see how the sunlight is striking it?
Hey. There's markings on it.
We walked right past that rock and never saw a thing because the light wasn't hitting it at the right angle. But here, in the photograph with the sun just about to set, the markings show up perfectly. It's the rock Captain Kidd carved his map on. Now, all we have to do is go back, decipher the stone, and go straight to the treasure.
Yeah, and what about the syndicate?
Well, that's the problem, Mr. Hainsworth. There don't seem to be any way we can go back there, and Mr. Chowders has been tearing himself apart from the inside out over it.
We're so close to it. We're so close. There it is, Jason, in the photograph. We've found the rock.
But you can't go out there, Ernie. The Laughing Maiden couldn't outrun a high-powered boat.
I know.
Oh, it's been like this all these months. It gnaws at him, won't give him any rest. He knows it's certain death to try to recover that treasure, and yet he sits there for hours just staring at that photograph, trying to decipher the markings with a magnifying glass.
Jason, now that you're here, we can do it.
Now, you listen to me. There's no way I'm going back to Caicos, and neither are you. It is not humanly possible to get that treasure and survive. Do you understand that? Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes, but...
All right.
Mr. Hainsworth, where are you going?
I am catching the evening bus to Puerto Plata. And from there, I'm flying to Miami. I got a job lined up there working for a big company that has a fleet of charter boats.
You mean you're going to be a skipper on one of a string of boats?
No. Actually, I'll be working on shore in the marina. Well, okay, maybe it's no great shakes and not what I hoped for, but look, it's a steady job. The first steady job I've had in a long time.
But you can't leave Mr. Chowders.
Ernie will be okay once he faces up to reality, Tom. Because, you see, that's what I am doing. That's what we all have to do sooner or later. I'm sorry, Tom. Good luck.
Jason? Jason, is that you?
Huh?
Say, Jason, when did you get here? I guess I didn't see you right off. The light's kind of dim, but it's safer that way.
Oh, boy. He's in a bad way, isn't he, Tom? You're right. I just can't leave him like this. But the first thing is to get him topside for some fresh air, and then ventilate this cabin. It smells like a tomb in here.
Yes, sir, Mr. Hainsworth.
Well, if you rustle us up something to eat, and then this evening when it's dark, well, we'll talk.
Tom, that stew was terrific. Meal like the old days. I feel like a new man. It's Jason's being back that's done it. Swear to the good Lord.
Coffee's ready, Mr. Hainsworth.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.
You still carry your gun, Jason?
I never go anywhere unarmed, on principle.
Coffee, Mr. Chowders?
Yeah, sure, Ernie.
Ernie, every instinct in my body is against this venture. Look, is there any way that I can talk you out of it?
Now, the way I got it figured, the syndicate yacht won't make any kind of move until they see we've actually got the treasure dug up.
that answers my question, doesn't it? But look, I'm telling you right now, I am not going to be part of any plan that calls for us to try outrunning these guys in the Laughing Maiden. That is suicide.
What's an alternative?
Well, what about using a seaplane or a helicopter? I can fly it if we can put enough money in together to rent one. I think that Ernie's right that they wouldn't move in on us until we had recovered the treasure. So that means it's primarily a matter of timing. Now, Ernie, if you and Tom take the boat out and locate the treasure, I'll come in for a landing at the last moment. We load and take off.
They'll shoot us down. The word is that yacht is equipped to deal with any contingency, including aircraft.
Well, what do you suggest, then?
Well, what if you go out in advance in a second boat and hide in one of the coves on the windward side of the island? And Tom and I will follow, find the treasure, load it, and sail around the far side as if trying to make a run for it. Now, we pull a quick shift of cargo, and you slip back out of sight. And when the yacht overtakes us, we surrender the chests, filled with sand, like a joke played on history by Captain Kidd.
And then we rendezvous later.
Right.
I don't know. It's possible, I suppose.
Well, if only we knew who the head of that syndicate was.
I mean, nobody knows?
No. The rumor is it's a patrone named Guillermo Galiban. He owns a 52-foot yacht, high-powered, with a mast identical to the one we've seen on the horizon out at Caicos.
Have you and anyone else ever seen the yacht itself?
Well, he keeps it in a secluded cove among the cliffs.
I saw it once from a distance.
It's been nearly 4 months since our last visit to Caicos. So maybe this guy Galiban no longer has his goons watching you.
Well, in any case, it's a chance we'll have to take.
We'll slip out of the harbor as soon as it's fully dark and gain Caicos in the early morning hours. By daybreak, we should be digging. If we're not followed, good. If we are, and we find the treasure, well, then we'll take it from there. We left the harbor as soon as it was dark. Even if the syndicate didn't discover our departure until the following morning, and even if all went smoothly on Caicos, we'd still have no more than a couple hours head start on them. And of course, it would be foolhardy to return to Monte Cristi. So we took extra fuel, enough to get us to Rum Key in the Bahamas. There we could refuel and press on to Florida, and we hoped safety. But the first step was finding the treasure. It was still dark when we reached Caicos.
Okay, Tom. We're near the shoals. Kill the engine. You hear anything that sounds like we're being followed?
No. Are you sure we're in the right spot?
Oh, I got these rocks memorized. This is where I took the picture. Yeah, sure. That's the rock. Jason, Tom, we found it. 42, 43.
You're veering off. Keep to your left.
28, 29, 50. How was I by the compass?
Due east.
Right on schedule. The sun's just coming up.
Yeah, well, this should be the spot. Tom, give us the shovel.
Right.
And you take up a position on that rise of ground over there. Keep an eye out for that yacht. Jason, you and I have some digging to do.
Wait a minute. Ernie, wait. It's all like a buzz. Let's take a break.
We gotta be getting close.
Look, we got a hole 6 feet deep and 10 feet in diameter, and so far there's no sign of
Don't give up now. Let's just keep going.
Ernie, did it occur to you that we have no way of knowing what the numbers stood for on that rock? But that could have been feet or yards or leagues, for that matter.
Tom, how's the horizon?
All clear so far.
Almost noon. We made it. Got away undetected. Come on, it's gotta be here.
You think I'm going to spend the rest of my
life on this island?
Maybe. I got news for you. We aren't leaving till we find that treasure.
Yeah, you mean you're not ever going to admit to yourself that it is not here?
Never. What's that? Jason, my shovel has hit something. Look. Oh, wow. We found it. We found the lost treasure of the Quedon merchant.
Mr. Towers, Mr. Hayes, what? I just saw it. The mask. The yacht. It just pulled into view on the horizon.
What? No, they can't have. It's not fair.
Ernie, calm down, will you? Calm. Are you sure that you saw it?
I'm positive.
Okay. Now look, you go back and you keep watch. If they start to move toward us, you let us know at once.
Yes, sir.
They're bound to be scanning the island, so stay low. Don't let them see opposition. Meanwhile, we'll just get these chests open.
Yeah.
See if we got anything that's worth fighting for.
I'll break the lock with my shovel. The gold dust. Silver bars. We're rich, Jason. We're rich. It is one thing to find a treasure and another to keep it. How simple now seem the months of research and work. How minor the agonies and insignificant the risks compared to the challenge our friends face now. Confronted with such a seemingly insurmountable situation, most people would quietly fold their tents and steal away. But Ernie Chowders is not the kind of person to give up. I'll return shortly with our final act. Three of the world's richest men are at this moment in a very singular situation. They are on a desert island in the middle of an ocean in the immediate proximity of their entire fortune and being held at bay by an ominous yacht reputedly owned by a powerful and very mysterious syndicate. The situation can perhaps most perfectly be described as a dilemma. As we rejoin them, we find them doing what human beings often do in dilemmas. Nothing.
What are we going to do? I don't know. But we got to do something. We can't just sit here all day staring at millions of dollars in jewels.
Yeah. Now, Tom, let me have the binoculars, huh?
Yeah. It's unfair. It's just unfair. How did they know we were here?
Well, once they saw the Laughing Maiden missing from the harbor this morning.
If they'd showed up an hour ago, I wouldn't have minded so much, but they got here just as we found the treasure.
Looks like they're just going to sit out there all day till we make the first move.
There's only one solution.
What's that?
I don't see anything for it but rebury the treasure.
Oh, look, let's be sane about this, Ernie. What else can we do?
The shoals.
Huh?
The Barracoa Bank. Where's that map? That's it. That's the way out of here. See? Right there.
Yeah, the Barracoa Bank.
Among other things I did in preparing to find this treasure was to study the surrounding waters here until I could navigate them in my sleep. Now, the Barracoa Bank is a reef system which extends from North Caicos to Providenciales Island. That's 10 miles. 10 miles of shallow water. So, very shallow water. At least in places. Enough to serve our purpose. Not too shallow for the draft of the Laughing Maiden, but it's dangerous for both the sides of that one out there on the horizon. If they tried to follow us through that water, they'd crack up and sink. And in between those reefs is some of the deepest water in the Atlantic.
Ernie, it's no good trying to outrun them.
Well, look at the head start we'd have.
Yeah, even with a head start.
10 miles. By the time they got around those reefs, we'd be halfway across the Caicos Passage.
Yes, and on our way to what? Open water. In order to take advantage of the Barracoa Bank, we'd have to go in the wrong direction. The next island of any size is over 100 miles away.
Then what can we do?
Tom's right. Until we can think of some way to get around that yacht, we've got no choice but to rebury the treasure. We made the trip back to Monte Cristi in silence. As I look back on it now, I think that was the last shared feeling we three were ever to have together.
I can't understand it. How does a syndicate know our every move? Galliband must have half the villagers in Monte Cristi working for him. Ooh, I'd like to get hold of Galliband and break his neck.
Let's try coming up with more practical options, Ernie. Anyway we cut it, we're back to square one.
How come you're so keen on this all of a sudden?
What do you mean?
Yesterday you couldn't wait to get to Miami on that job.
There's a couple of $1 million in treasure out there, old buddy. Hey, wait a minute. Miami, that may be the answer.
Miami?
Let's assume for the moment that Ernie's right. That the syndicate's information comes from spies. And that they've got the Laughing Maiden under constant surveillance. That means that there is no way we can ever approach Caicos from here or any other port along the Dominican coast. Yeah, our only chance would be to approach from the other direction.
The open sea?
Through the Bahamas from Miami.
How do we do that without arousing suspicion?
Wait a minute. I'll go on to Miami as I planned by myself. In a couple of days' time, you let the word out around the village that you've got a lucrative job lined up in Sanchez or Samana Bay, someplace down the coast away from Caicos. You sail down to pick up this, wealthy fisherman, and from there you take a plane and join me in Miami. Right. And then we rent a boat large enough to get us for 700 miles to Caicos.
Well, that means leaving the Laughing Maiden behind. No, I don't like it.
The Laughing Maiden's no good to us in this situation. It's too old and too slow. Now, I'm going to go back to my hotel now. I'll catch the bus out of here tomorrow. Here you are. Here's the address where I'll be staying in Miami. Oh, yeah, just one other thing. This Mr. Galliband, where did you say his place was?
Just this side of Isabelica, on the road to Puerto Plata. Why?
I'll expect to see you by Sunday.
Yeah.
Good.
What do you think, Tom?
I don't like the idea of abandoning the Laughing Maiden.
No. I meant about Jason, Mr. Hainsworth. Yeah. Something's bothering me about him. The way he suddenly came up with that plan.
I think you're imagining things.
No, I don't think so. He was planning to go to Miami all along, and now he's got us going there too. And why did he come back to Monte Cristi?
Well, Mr. Hainsworth wouldn't betray us. That's crazy.
Well, he left us 4 years ago, didn't he? Oh, he's always looked out for number one. That's who he's looking out for now. Tom, I want you to follow him.
Follow Mr. Hainsworth?
Yeah, that's right. Until he gets on that bus tomorrow morning, I want you to see every place he goes and report back to me.
When I left the Laughing Maiden that night, for the last time as it turned out, I had a strange feeling. The information I was hearing about this syndicate was leaving something out, and a new suspicion was beginning to dawn on me. There was one thing I had to check out if I could. I didn't know it at the time, but where I went that evening saved my life. We met in Miami as planned. Both Ernie and Tom were acting strangely, though. They seemed reserved and distant. I didn't pay much attention to this at the time. I just chalked it up to nerves. Everything went well, however. That is, until we arrived at Caicos. We planned to accomplish the entire operation at night.
Clouds aren't moving at all.
I don't understand it. The Weather Bureau in Miami said clear weather for 5 days. Absolutely no possibility of cloud cover.
Just our luck.
It's being off the Laughing Maiden that's responsible.
Oh, be quiet. Jason, I thought you had this all planned out. A full moon, clear skies, plenty of light to get the treasure and get away safely before daybreak. Now the whole night's lost. Are you sure the Bureau told you clear weather?
Yeah. Hey, Tom. Is there any breeze up there at all?
No, not a whisper, Mr. Hainsworth. Captain Kidd himself might as well be protecting that treasure.
We had to wait for dawn to begin our work. 3 hours later, with Tom on lookout, Ernie and I had dug down to the treasure. It was still there.
That's it. We got it. Tom, any sign of that yacht?
He's waving all clear.
I don't believe it.
Let's get the chests down to the beach and into the lifeboat and get out of here.
That's it. Now we're all set to row out to the boat.
Well, Ernie, it looks like this time we made it, huh? Let's get Tom and take off.
Hainsworth, Mr. Chowders. What is it?
It's there.
I saw it. The syndicate's yacht. No. I will not accept this as possible. I will not.
Ernie, will you calm down?
Jason, give me your gun. Give me your gun. I'm going after him. You're crazy. Give me the gun. This will help me. I'll swim out there.
Hold my revolver. I've got to stop Ernie. Ernie. Are you okay?
Okay, Tom, it works. I'll take the gun now.
Hey, wait a minute.
Just stay back, you double-crossing bum. I ought to blow your head off right here.
No, Mr. Chowders.
Don't worry, Tom. Just get the rope out of the lifeboat.
What is it? What are you doing?
You thought you had us all fooled, didn't
What
you?
are you talking about?
The syndicate knew I was on to something, didn't they? But they could never have guessed it was an actual photograph of a rock. You must have been flabbergasted when you told them.
Me? Here's the rope, Mr. Chowders.
Okay, Jason, lie down. Lie down. Tom, hard time.
Ernie, will you explain what you're talking about?
I had Tom follow you the night you left the Laughing Maiden. He wouldn't believe me either. But I knew something was fishy. Sure enough, he tailed you right to Galliband's fortress.
Listen to me. I only went there to sneak a look at his yacht.
Yeah, what for?
Everything I was hearing about this syndicate sounded like a lot of mythology made up to explain things that didn't have any other explanation. There wasn't any smoking gun on this guy, Galiban. No hard evidence. I wanted to check his boat just to make sure. Ernie, it isn't armed. It's a normal pleasure boat.
No, you forget. I saw it too, Mr. Hainsworth. Only I saw it in broad daylight. And it's armed, all right. It's armed.
What you saw must have been the rigs and chairs they have on the decks for deep sea fishing.
No. I saw a gun.
Yeah, harpoon guns. How far away was the boat when you saw it, Tom, huh? 300 yards, 500? How old are you, Tom? How good is your eyesight?
You aren't getting around this that easily, pal. If it's not Galliband's yacht, then whose is it?
I don't even think there is a syndicate. There's no shred of concrete evidence to prove it exists.
It's all tied, Mr. Chowders.
Tom, you listen to me. What Ernie's saying doesn't even make sense. If I was working for this syndicate, why am I here now? Once I knew where the treasure was, wouldn't I have just told them?
Oh, he's got a point. Don't listen to him. Come on.
You can't leave me tied up here.
Your friends out there can pick you up.
I tell you, I don't know who they are. I'll die here.
Get in the boat, Tom.
Now, wait a minute. I thought we agreed if the yacht showed, we wouldn't try to take the treasure with us.
Are you crazy? I'm not leaving it behind again.
But we can't outrun that yacht.
We're gonna do what we should have done all along. Head across the Barracoa bank and lose them.
That boat's not the Laughing Maiden, Mr. Chowders. Its draft is too deep. We'd crack up for sure.
No, we won't. Come on.
No, I can't. I'm sorry, but it's foolish.
Tom, don't force me to shoot you.
You
Get in this lifeboat and start rowing.
I'm sorry, Mr. Hainsworth. It doesn't look like any of us has much of a chance.
Tom was right. They never had a chance. The boat hit the first reef, and in less than a minute, no trace face up and remain. Tom, Ernie, and the treasure were on their way into one of the deepest trenches in the Atlantic Ocean. I managed to get myself free. I was curious why the yacht had not yet come into view. I picked up the binoculars and climbed the dunes. It was then I saw the sight that has kept me silent for 5 years. On the mast, a flag was unfurled. It was a black flag with skull and crossbones. And then before my very eyes, the flag and the mast vanished. The ghost of Captain Kidd had guarded his treasure well.
Ernie Chowders was an experienced seaman and knew he didn't have a chance going across the Barracoa Bank. Yet, that's precisely what he did. But what of Jason? How did he escape from Caicos? I'll tell you that in a moment. Jason Hainsworth didn't have long to wait for rescuers. Within a day, another party of would-be treasure hunters came to the island, following the eternal lure of buried treasure. A final note. Considering the fact that the syndicate yacht was an illusion, Tom was right all along. If they had stayed with the Laughing Maiden, they'd all be alive and rich today. Our cast included Norman Rose, William Griffiths, and Arnold Moss. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. A savage place, as holy and enchanted as air beneath a waning moon, was haunted by a woman wailing for her demon lover. A woman wailing for her demon lover. How poignantly the poet puts it. But are there demon lovers? And are there women who fall in love with them? Surely this is the stuff of legend and myth. And yet, there are things that simply cannot be explained. For all of our test tubes and computers, we still don't have every answer, do we?
You mean we shall actually see the tiger from up here in the trees?
Yes, and I shall shoot him as he passes below.
But why should he pass by here?
Well, he's after the goat. The one down there.
Oh, poor creature. Why doesn't he run away?
We can't. He's tied to a stake in the ground.
But the tiger will kill him.
An unfortunate necessity.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I shall not permit it.
Louise, where are you going?
I intend to free that
Louise,
soul.
you can't go down there. Come back here. Louise! Our mystery drama, The Love God, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Marion Seldes and Court Benson. I'll be back shortly with Act One. East is east, and west is west, and never the twain shall meet, said Mr. Kipling. But he knew better than that, because they did meet for many years in that vast, mysterious universe of a country called India. India, with its kaleidoscope of religions, races, and languages. India, where there is so much myth and so much reality, it's almost impossible to tell one from the other. Or are they both one and the same? This is a story that took place at a time when India was known as the British Raj. A lady and gentleman are sitting on a veranda. Did you know that veranda is an Indian word? They are sipping tea.
Cream?
Thank you.
Sugar?
Thank you.
Cake?
Oh, I shouldn't.
But you will?
Well, just the thinnest, tiniest sliver.
I know what you're up to, Willis. You're afraid to spoil your appetite for dinner.
Oh, about dinner. I shall not be having dinner.
No?
Bahadur Khan?
Not having dinner?
I'm afraid not.
But we've prepared your favourite.
Afraid it can't be helped. Bahadur Khan. It is in my mind to hunt this night. See, therefore, that thou wilt prepare the double-barrel express rifle.
You're going to hunt this evening?
Reports of a man-eating tiger in the Mahura district, causing no end of a fuss.
Oh.
The tiger has got to be put a stop to.
And you're taking Bahadur Khan with you?
Well, of course.
But you will be back by Saturday.
Yes, one way or another.
That's good. I need Bahadur Khan to drive to the railroad station at Maipur.
Oh?
Yes. To pick up Louise.
Louise?
I've actually prevailed upon her to come out for a visit.
Louise?
You remember my friend Louise?
The skinny one?
Well, she is slender.
Pasty-faced?
Light complexion.
Watery-eyed?
Actually, her eyes are that delicate shade of china blue.
Kind of a big woman.
Stately.
And as I recall, very opinionated.
She does have some rather sincerely held convictions. She's really a lovely person.
No doubt.
When you get to know her, you don't mind, do you?
Well, this is your home as well as mine. Perfectly awful female.
Now, Willis, she's a perfectly lovely person.
I was talking, my dear, from a masculine point of view. Bahadur Khan. I shall want the Martin as my second gun. See thee now to the horses.
My name is Bahadur Khan. I serve in the house of Willis Foster Sahib. Foster Sahib is the district commissioner. He is wise indeed. In his 40 years of life, he has not taken a wife. This does not sit well with his sister Pamela Sahiba, a widow who keeps his home. English mem sahibs have a peculiar affliction. They cannot tolerate the sight of a bachelor. I could tell by the sweet notes in Pamela Sahiba's voice and the shining look in her eyes that this Louise Sahiba was her latest candidate to storm the citadel of the fortress that was Foster Sahib's heart.
Boy!
Does the Mem Sahib deign to speak to one so lowly?
Are you... your name's supposed to be... I've got it written down here. Are you Bahadur Khan?
Bahadur Khan, it is. With the permission of the prince.
You were supposed to meet me inside the terminal.
If the presence will forgive, I was afraid to venture inside the house of the fire carriages.
Afraid? What on earth is there to be afraid of?
The fire wagon that pulls the sirene.
The engine?
Inside, it is filled with devils.
Devils?
Oh, yes. Devils that have been captured by the government and sentenced to boil the water to make steam for the train.
I've never heard such nonsense.
Angry devils. And sometimes they escape. In their great fury, they will melt the iron of the fire wagon, and there is a terrible explosion, and many die.
How can you believe such superstitious nonsense?
If it offends the presence, I shall not believe it. She was rather large, as Mem Sahibas go, and not at all unshapely. However, her tongue was never silent. A talking woman for Foster Sahib? Never. And so, without a moment of silence, we drove to the house. As we entered the gate, there was something that finally stilled her voice for a moment.
What's that? What's that noise?
Noise?
Can't you hear over there? That man is hitting that woman.
That is so.
He's beating her. Put a stop to it.
Sahiba, that man is Foster Sahib's gardener, Pir Khan.
Make him stop. He has no right to beat that woman.
He has every right. She is his wife.
I'll stop him myself.
But Sahiba...
Stop that!
Oh!
I said, stop that, you scoundrel! Stop that at once!
Poor Pir Khan. What was he doing but beating his wife? Suddenly he was beset unmercifully with an umbrella. And thus did the Memsahib Louise enter the household. I must say she made her presence felt. She was constantly correcting, admonishing, advising. She was having an effect on everyone, except, of course, Foster Sahib. He found reasons to work quite late at the office. One day, the two Mem Sahibs were having tea on the veranda.
Cream? Thank you. Sugar? No, thank you. Cake. Oh, just the most petite slice. Louise, dear, I'm not sure I know exactly how to begin this. Begin what? I must ask you not to interfere. Interfere? In what way? Well, the truth is, in every way. I'm sure I don't understand. Since you've come to the station, Louise, you've managed to turn things topsy-turvy, inside out, upside down, and every which way. Have I indeed? For example, you know, Pir Khan beating his wife. Oh, I put a stop to that quickly enough. The point is, you had no right to stop him. And you had no right to belabor him with your umbrella, either. Did you object to my actions, Pamela? I'm afraid, Louise, I must say yes. But the scoundrel was beating her without mercy. You didn't see him abuse that poor girl. Oh, I've seen him. You have? Yes. Many times. And you've done nothing to prevent it? There's nothing I can or should do to prevent it. Things are very different out here. Oh, yes. And you're different, too. But back home, you were a member of the Fabian Society. Well, I remember you at the meeting when you were asked to speak. Please, Louise. They still talk about that speech, the most inspiring oration on the rights of human beings. Louise, what you fail to understand. Suppose they could be aware of this conversation. What would they say about it back home? This is my home now, Louise. My husband is buried here. My children are being raised here. I have no other home. Oh, Pamela, you mustn't think that way. You'd better start thinking that way, too. Oh, no, never. Louise, I asked you to come here because there is no hope for you in England. That isn't true. Then why did you come? That crowd of starry-eyed idealists we ran about with. Ran about with? It's hardly the way to describe it. The fact is, for the most part, they don't believe in marriage. And those that do, well, they don't believe in consummating it. I saw the way the wind was blowing there 10 years ago. So I came here where I could meet someone. It took you somewhat longer, but here you are. Meanwhile, please do not upset my household. What am I doing to upset? In the matter of Pir Khan and his way, for example, you have given me a problem. You see, he no longer beats her. And that's a problem. Laila is the best cook I've ever had. Now she just sits and mopes all day. But why? Because her heart is broken. She believes her husband no longer loves her. But why should she think so? Because he no longer beats her. Dear, let us not forget the object of your visit. I know that my brother is a most unusually difficult fish to land. A woman should not refer to a man as a fish, to be baited, hooked, and landed. Well, that's what it amounts to, doesn't it? I am amazed at your Neanderthal attitude. Do you see this charm around my neck? Mm-hmm. Rather somber-looking thing. Please listen before you say anything. When I came to India 10 years ago to live with Willis, Bahadur Khan said to me, Sahiba, here is a token from the god of love, Omira. Omira? There are thousands of such gods. At any rate, he told me, if I wore the charm constantly, within the year I would be married. I did. And I was.
Are you telling me that you actually believe in this?
What I'm telling you is that a girl needs all the help she can get. And so I took the liberty of asking Bahadur Khan to what? Bahadur Khan? You'll see, Louise.
Sahiba.
Bahadur Khan, hast thou found the charm for the Mem Sahib as I asked thee?
One who is even less than the dirt beneath the Sahiba's feet has indeed brought that which is desired. Behold.
Oh, Louise, look, it is beautiful.
What is it supposed to be?
It's your charm. You are now under the special graces of the love god, Omira.
What are you saying, Pamela?
And before the year is out, he shall find you a husband. Here, where's Ranjani?
I shall do no such
Oh,
thing.
but Louise...
Do you expect me to partake in this superstitious nonsense? To aid, abet, and encourage it? No. Thank you, Bahadur Khan. Pamela, I shall win Willis through intelligence and wit and all the civilized things we have in common.
Such a vain and foolish Mem Sahib. But what is to be done? The English, they are like children. They refuse to learn when they are young, and when they grow old, it is too late. Poor, silly Louise Sahiba. Now, no one shall ever lead her to the marriage bed.
I don't know about you, but I agree with Pamela. A girl needs all the help she can get, particularly in the affairs of the heart. So then, what prognosis for this proposed match between Willis and Louise? Can it proceed without help from the love god? Is there a love god? We shall have Act 2 in just a few minutes. It is said that marriages and hangings go by destiny, which means that each is foreordained. However, destiny, like everything else, can always use a little push here and there along the line. Well, here we are in the India of almost 100 years ago. A determined spinster named Louise has just turned down an offer of help from one of the local love gods. My goodness, you would think it was an offer she couldn't afford to refuse.
That will be all, Bahadur Khan.
Sahiba.
You didn't have to hurt his feelings. You could have accepted the charm.
And connived at this dark superstition.
Oh, Louise, everything doesn't have to be so serious.
Well, I think it's high time we adopted a serious attitude towards that heathen mythology.
Bahadur Khan is quite tolerant about our religion. Can't we extend the same indulgence to his? Really, dear, you shouldn't be so earnest all the time.
But life is earnest. Life is real.
Yes, I suppose so. Now, shall we apply ourselves to the problem at hand? The conquest of Willis?
Oh, I wish you wouldn't refer to planning for marriage as a conquest.
Conquest? Seduction? Call it what you will.
I call it a meeting of the mind.
It's also a meeting of the body.
Two rational, intelligent human beings who can see that their best interests can be served and their better natures enhanced by a union, as it were, of the spiritual aspect.
Tell me, what plans have you in mind for Willis?
I shall prove to Willis that I am completely interested, not to say fascinated, by his work.
Oh, why do women feel they must take an interest in a man's work?
But to prove that they share.
Nonsense.
I intend to have a partnership with my husband.
What most men have in mind is an ownership.
Not modern, progressive, enlightened men.
Oh, darling, they're the most boring kind.
Well, good afternoon.
Oh, home early, I see, Willis.
Yes, pour me a cup of that tea, please. Bahadur Khan.
How are you, Willis? We see so little of you.
Well, the work of the empire, the vast lumbering Indian empire, must be got through somehow. Bahadur Khan. It is time to settle accounts with the man-eater in the Mayhura Hills. thou wilt fetch the double-barrel rifle and ammunition.
It is even as the present commands.
The second gun, and all else that will be required for the hunt. We leave in the morning.
Are you going to try for that tiresome tiger again?
No, we'll put an end to him this time.
Do you intend to actually shoot and kill a tiger, Willis?
With luck.
But a tiger? Such a noble, magnificent beast?
He's a cattle killer, a man-eater.
Aren't you moved by Mr. Blake's poem? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful cemetery?
Oh, not this one. He's old and sick and mangy, half blind and lame. That's why he's become a man-eater, because he's unable to hunt down game.
Oh, well, then it's a mission of mercy?
Well, I suppose you could call it that.
Well, then I approve, completely.
Oh, thank you.
And also, I believe I should like to come along.
Come along?
Well, of course. This is India. The India of the jungle, the true India.
But it might be dangerous.
Dangerous? You said the tiger was half blind and lame.
Yes, of course. That's what makes him even more dangerous.
A half blind, lame tiger?
Yes. But he's still formidable. Not to be trifled with.
Oh, but I should so like to see it. Do let me come.
Is there any reason, Willis, why Louise shouldn't go?
Well...
Then it's settled.
Come to my room, Louise, and I shall lend you an outfit suitable for tiger hunting. Aren't you the sly one?
What do you mean?
I'm sure you must know how tigers are hunted.
No, really, I haven't the foggiest notion.
One sits up all night in a blind and waits.
Is that a fact?
As if you didn't know. So there you are, the two of you, alone in the moonlight, with the perfume of the exotic jungle flowers, creating a most seductive...
Oh, nonsense. We shall have a most rational discussion to ascertain our common interest.
Oh, yes, I was afraid of that.
And so the three of us rode to the Mayhura Hills, which had sent messages to the district commissioner to rid them of the man-eater who filled entire villages with dread. When we arrived in the foothills, we proceeded on foot, and since these were not our hills, I stopped for a moment and knelt.
What's he doing?
We may proceed, if the present so desires.
Lead us, Bahadur Khan.
What was he doing?
He was asking permission to hunt.
Asking permission? From whom?
From the god of this particular jungle. Oh, you see, we're strangers here.
You speak as if you actually believe in it yourself.
Does it hurt? I would suppose one is always well advised to have as many things going for one as possible.
But to answer your question, yes. It hurts. It hurts the cause of progress and enlightenment to support base superstition.
Ah, right then, I knew her hopes were doomed. He would never lead her to his marriage bed. For a brief moment, he had been attracted to her. The fact that she wished to hunt the tiger at night had marked her as a woman of spirit. But then, of course, she had spoiled it all with her inability to hold her tongue. These foolish English. Why do they talk so much?
Dost thou hear it, Bahadur Khan?
By the favor of the presence, thy servant hears.
What is it?
A goat.
A goat?
If it is thy will, I shall go forward to see if the villagers have prepared the blind.
What is he saying?
We must keep our voices low.
What is he saying?
The villagers should have built us a platform high up in a tree.
Why?
Sahib, come.
Yes, I believe it's in readiness.
Up here, Sahib.
Good. Help the men, Sahib, up the tree.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now come, we must hurry.
Shere Khan hunts this night.
Shere Khan, who is that?
That's what the natives call the tiger.
This is really quite roomy and comfortable.
Yes.
Now, I have a question. You can look down from here and shoot the tiger, but Why should he be good enough to oblige you and pass this way?
That's why.
I don't understand.
Look below. To the left. What do you see?
Seems to be a goat.
Exactly.
What's he standing there for? Doesn't he hear the tiger?
Oh, yes, he does.
Well, then why doesn't he run away?
Well, he can't. He's tethered to a stake in the ground.
Well, why? For what on earthly reason?
It's a very sound reason. The villagers put him out here to attract Shere Khan. And when he comes, I'll be able to shoot him.
But the poor goat.
What about the poor goat?
But the tiger will spring on him and kill him.
Well, yes, that's the idea of the thing.
Well, that's not fair.
Which the only way to do it.
Are you saying this is the only way to hunt a tiger?
The only way without risking the loss of life.
But the goat is going to lose its life.
I mean human life.
But the goat is also a child of the Creator. Oh, no. I can't tolerate this.
Making too much noise will scare off the tiger.
That poor little goat.
Where are you going?
I shall not stay here and see that goat be made a victim.
You can't go down there. Bahadur Khan, stop her.
Don't you dare.
You come back here.
I'm going to untie that goat so that it can run away.
Now listen.
Nice goat. Nice creature. Just let me untie this knot.
The tiger is prowling around down there.
I seem to unloosen this knot.
Do you want to get killed?
Open this knot.
Louise! Even if I could see the tiger, I couldn't shoot him in time.
Giving way. It's opening.
Louise!
Just another moment. That's all I need.
Louise!
Run! You're free.
Run
Run! Run! Silly little goat! You get away from here, you big bully! Get away! Go home!
How can I shoot that confounded woman standing in the way?
Go on now. You heard me. Go home. A nice pussy cat. Just turn around and go straight home. You hear me? Go home.
Are they not crazy, all these English? On the ground is the mad Mem Sahib, and she is almost twisting the whiskers of the terrible tiger. I do not know which of the two is more frightened. Up in the tree is Foster Sahib with the double-barrel rifle, cursing as if the devil is in his mouth, trying to shoot the tiger, but the Mem Sahib is in the line of fire. And also in the tree we have me, Bahadur Khan, wondering, waiting to see how, with the grace of God, it will all come out.
And I am with you, Bahadur Khan, also waiting and wondering how it must all come out. As we both know, the design already has been woven by Providence, and all shall be revealed in the appointed time by revelations, which in our show is always the third act. The tiger, the proverb tells us, dares not dismount. That's a very good analysis of those who are actually riding the tiger. But what can we say of one who is facing the tiger, and alone, unarmed, and on foot? I would suppose we could only remark that such a person is hardly a good insurance risk.
Oh, you be a nice pussy cat and go straight home. Right? Go home. Goodbye to you two, and don't you dare show your face around here again.
No, Sahib. Now shoot him. The other barrel, Sahib. Quickly. Got away.
So he did. And I'm glad.
You're glad?
Well, isn't it better this way? There was no bloodshed.
It was all your fault.
My fault?
I should have had him.
But aren't you happy it's worked out like this? There's no blood on your hands.
But that's my job.
It's your job to get blood on your hands?
It's my job to kill tigers that terrorize the countryside.
You threw such a scare into him, I don't think he'll be in the mood to terrorize anyone for a long, long time.
Miss Louise,
Yes?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Bahadur Khan, carry the rifles. We're going home. I must say that the journey home was not a happy one. Foster Sahib was angry, and Mem Sahib Louise did not know why. After a while, she too became angry, and so they spoke not a word to each other. When they arrived at the house, the Mem Sahib Pamela called me to her.
Bahadur Khan, I have here a note which informs me that the children of my servants have not been vaccinated against the smallpox. What's happened?
The people no longer believe in devils, and it has been believed that the vaccination is the magic that enters the blood to vanquish the devil of the smallpox. The Sahiba Louise has insisted to all that there are no devils. And in that case, of what use is the vaccination?
I see. Thank you, Bahadur Khan. That will be all.
But that was not to be all. Foster Sahib was very unhappy at home, and therefore Mem Sahib Pamela was unhappy, and Mem Sahib Louise, she too was unhappy. Indeed, it was a most unhappy household. And then, one morning, before he left for his office, Foster Sahib stopped to speak with his sister. Where's Louise?
I believe she's out somewhere.
What trouble is she causing now?
I think she's teaching some of the children to read.
Yes, well.
I'm sorry I invited her to come.
Are you?
My motives were pure.
Famous final words.
I thought you two would get along.
I can't imagine why.
You're so alike in so many ways.
None of which is apparent to me.
And you're both lonely.
Nonsense. Me? Lonely? Why, I'm the most socially involved man in the station.
You're lonely, Willis. And so is Louise. I suppose you'd like to see her go.
Well, I know she's your oldest friend.
She's not old.
Fact is, she is so obviously out of place here.
Well, yet I can't ask her to leave, can I?
No, I suppose not.
Well, what's to be done?
Leave it to me.
Leave what to you?
There are ways of getting around things.
Now, Willis, you must not be cruel.
No, dear. But I shall be surgical. Well, good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning, Willis.
Well, everyone's so bright and early for breakfast.
You seem to be in excellent spirits.
Ladies, I am drunk.
Willis, you never drink this early in the morning.
Oh, this is the greatest intoxication of all.
What is?
The glow, the exhilaration that has nothing to do with alcohol.
What does it have to do with?
Love.
Love?
Ladies, you shall be the first to know. I am in love.
Willis!
At last, the steadfast Willis has finally fallen, taken prisoner by two sparkling blue eyes, a halo of golden blonde hair, and lips as luscious as the Kabuli grapes. I am her captive without hope of quarter.
Whose captive are you, Willis?
I saw her last night at the club. And suddenly, what can I say? I was smitten.
By whom, Willis?
By Jenny Thorpe.
Jenny Thorpe? Jenny, she's
an angel.
She's already buried two husbands.
Well, let her bury me, too, if it comes to that.
Are you sure, Willis?
When the heart speaks, can there ever be doubt?
I wish you the best fortune, Willis. May you always be happy.
Thank you, Louise.
You must excuse me. I think I have a headache. You can't be serious, Willis. That impossible Jenny Thorpe.
I shall be serious for as long as it may be necessary.
I don't understand.
For as long as Louise remains here.
Oh, it isn't necessary to hurt her.
Oh, Pamela, dear, there is no such thing as painless surgery. All this was taking place even as I, Bahadur Khan, was serving the tea, the eggs, and the mutton chops for the breakfast. Later in the morning, as I proceeded to clean the bedrooms, I noticed the door of the Mem Sahib Louise was closed, and from within the sound of a woman weeping. I was about to go away, but suddenly her door opened, and the Sahiba appeared before me. Obviously, she had hastily dried her tears.
Bahadur Khan, may I speak with you?
This insignificant person would be willing to spend eternity listening to the words of wisdom from the present.
Please, Bahadur Khan, I'm serious. I'm so miserable. You see, I've always been in love with Willis all my life. He'd never look at me. And now he's going to marry someone else.
Is it not written, there are other fish in the sea?
Fish? Yes. Men? No. Oh, Bahadur Khan, perhaps I offended that god. What was his name? Omir or something. But it's when I refused that charm that you offered me. Now I'm willing to believe anything. I mean it. What have I got to lose? And this is such a strange country. Who knows what can happen here?
I looked at this Mem Sahib who was fighting her tears. A strange country? No, this is not a strange country. It is really quite simple. It is the English who are strange. And this one, not only strange, but also ill. And why was she ill? Only because no one had ever led her to the nuptial couch. Which is why she was always getting herself into so much mischief. And yet, she would make an excellent wife for Foster Sahib. Ah, these English. Why are we always compelled to arrange matters for them? If the Sahib will deign to listen.
Oh, yes.
You have grievously offended the great love god Omira when you insulted his charm.
But I'm sorry.
Omira is a god of love. He can always be appeased.
He can? How?
One must go to his temple and pray to him.
Are you asking me to pray to a heathen god?
The Sahiba has honored me by inquiring if I would serve her. If she continues to insult the mighty Omira...
No, I certainly don't. No, not at all.
Then we must go to the temple of Omira at midnight.
At midnight?
Yes, at midnight. At which time we shall pray to the love god for a miracle. Yes, one must always pray for a miracle. And in addition, one must always prepare for a miracle. After all, these things cannot be spun from the air, can they? And so, to begin, I went to the kitchen and spoke to Laila, the cook.
Why should I help the Sahiba, Louis?
Because I ask it of thee.
I do not like the Sahiba.
If thou refuse me, I shall tell thy husband about that British soldier in the bazaar.
He has already beat me for the soldier.
And the Bengali merchant.
Also for the merchant.
And for the Afghan horse trader. Ah.
What is required of me?
Bring the paint, the powder, the rouge, which thou knowest so well to apply. Also, thy wedding gown.
My wedding gown?
Ah, yes. A most exciting garment. We must prepare the Sahiba Louise for her encounter with the love god of Omira. At midnight, we shall meet at his shrine. And so, at midnight, we met at the shrine of the love god. It was a bower of dogwood trees in full bloom, a few feet from the house. And why not? Any lovely place may be sacred to the god of love. At first, I did not recognize the Sahiba Louise. Laila had performed magic with her paint and her gown. Standing in front of me was a magnificent, stately goddess with skin like alabaster, flaming red hair, flashing eyes. I tell you, she was one to inflame the senses of any man. And so I approached. Sahiba Louise, are you now ready to pray to the love god Amira?
I'm ready.
Then speak. Speak of what is in your heart. Ask for the fulfillment of your desire.
I want Willis Foster. I want Willis Foster.
Listen to the reply of the love god Amira.
I don't hear him.
Close your eyes and listen. Listen.
Yes.
My child, I have heard your prayer. I grant your wish. I fulfill your desire. You shall have Willis Foster. Go to him. Go to him now. Tell him it is my will.
Oh, but...
Do you believe in me, my daughter?
Yes, but...
Then go to him now.
Yes. Yes.
Like one in a dream, she turned, she walked into the house. She went to the room of Foster Sahib, and I heard... What time is it? Who are you?
You don't know me.
Louise? You can't be Louise.
I'm Louise.
But you're beautiful.
Why have we kept apart from each other for so many years?
Now that you ask me, I don't know.
Even as children, we knew we were meant for each other. Why did we fight against it?
I guess you thought I was dull.
And did you think I was too clever? Well, I'm not really clever.
No, and I'm not really dull either.
What is this nonsense about that awful Jenny Thorpe?
Well, that's all it is, Louise. Nonsense.
You were always too shy to say it, and I was too proud, but someone has to say it first. I love you.
And I love you. Just a moment. Then he closed the door to his room, and I was able to hear no more. Like a good servant, I retired for the night, seeing that my master had need of me no longer. And you, to whom I tell this tale, have need of me no longer as well. For the rest of the story, you may supply yourselves.
East is east and west is west, as they say. But one place where east meets west is in the universal appreciation of a love story, especially one with a happy ending. We have every reason to assume that they all lived happily ever after. So, bask in the glow of the lover's joy. And I shall return shortly. Our story may perhaps raise a question. Is there a God of love? Are meetings, matings, and matches all arranged in advance? I would answer, most likely, because some of the pairings and partnerships we see around us simply could not come about by themselves. Somebody, somewhere, somehow, must have had a hand in it. Our cast included Marion Seldes, Court Benson, Grace Matthews, and William Griffiths. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
When you were found, Gilbert, the sleeves of your jacket had been cut away and the entire front of your shirt torn off. You were all grime and mud, but bloodstains? No.
Yes, but that's it. That's the proof, can't you see? Why would anyone do that to my clothes if there wasn't anything to hide?
Possibly, but then again you might have been in some kind of a fight.
The woman. I wonder what happened to her. All the time I was there, I was sure I heard a woman's voice, sobbing.
Oh, yes. Gilbert, I want you to drink this. It'll make you sleep.
You don't know how I wish I'd had the use of my eyes. Then I could have seen everything. The two men, the body.
Yes, Gilbert, I'd say you don't know how fortunate you were. If all this really happened to you and you had been able to see it, it's quite possible right now that you'd be dead.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Everyone knows, or let us say that most sophisticated people will agree, that our soul, or our psyche, or our body cannot be entered by demons or evil spirits who then proceed to drive us mad. The problem is, every time we begin a sentence with those two words, everyone knows we are already asking for trouble.
Face it, Alice. I'll never get another job again.
Oh, that's no way to talk.
Unless
What, Joe?
Unless he forgives me.
Unless who forgives you?
The river.
The river? How can a river... Oh, what kind of nonsense?
I shouldn't have told you. I should have known you wouldn't understand.
Our mystery drama, Troubled Waters, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Ralph Bell. I'll be back shortly with Act One. The famous Madame de Stael, who had all the brains in the world, but who wasn't very much to look at, once wrote a letter to a very pretty mental lightweight named Madame Recamier. I would gladly give 1/2 of the wit with which I am credited for 1/2 of the beauty that you possess. So then, are they mutually exclusive, brains and beauty? Who knows? If she could only have one, which would a woman choose? Which do you think she really needs?
Yes? Who? Oh, look, tell her I'm in a meeting. Yes. No, I can't do that. Have her come in and then ring me so I can say I have an important call. How am I going to get through this? Alice Carpenter.
Hello, Frank.
Aren't you going to give your old boss a kiss? Are you ever a sight for sore eyes? Sit down. Oh, sit down.
You haven't changed a bit in 12 years, Frank.
Oh, I have, too. I'm balder, fatter, slower. I can only play doubles now. Doctor's orders. But, oh, you look the same. Pretty as ever. No, prettier.
I hardly recognized the place when I came in.
Well, I'll have you know, Perkins Construction is big time now. We even have an interior decorator. And, how do you like the English accent on my receptionist, huh?
Yes. It all dates back to that big job that Joe brought in for you ahead of schedule. Way under budget estimate.
Where have you and Joe been keeping yourselves? Why, just the other night, Peggy and I, we were Oh, excuse me, dear. Yes. Who? Oh, for crying out loud. All right. Tell him to hold on. Alice, I have this call from my party chief out on a job in Alaska. I know it'll run for at least an hour. The thing for you to do is have Joe and, well, you and Peggy and me get together for dinner one night, huh? Sometime soon.
Oh, sure. Sorry I disturbed you, Frank. I know how busy you are.
Oh, but never too busy to say hello to an old friend.
I said you haven't changed, Frank. When I was your secretary, I would also ring your phone to get you off the hook. That party chief is still having his problems out there in Alaska, isn't he?
I'm sorry, Alice.
Is he the same one?
Alice.
As I recall, I invented him. That girl outside needs a bit of training. I could tell by the tone in her voice that you really didn't want to see me.
Please, Alice.
You know why I'm here.
Yes.
You have to help Joe.
Well, sure, if you need some money.
No, it hasn't come to that yet. But I'll tell you what it has come to. I am going around to all the people I know in this business. Behind his back, of course. If he knew he'd kill me or he'd kill himself, maybe both of us.
You can't tell me a guy with Joe's ability can't
Frank,
find...
you know the word is out. They say he's lost his nerve. His judgment's become erratic. A lot of other things. But he can come back. He needs a chance. Get him a job.
The thing is, I don't have a job for him at this time.
You have been running this ad for over a month. Construction Chief Engineer, South America.
Alice, this job could kill the man who takes it. It's a malaria-infested jungle.
And that's why nobody wants it. But Joe can't afford to be particular.
Alice, I'm sorry.
15 years ago, Joe's knowledge and skill saved this company. You'd have been out of business.
I know, but I can't run this place on sentiment.
Be practical. 2 years ago, would you have dared to offer a job like this to a man like Joe? Now you've got him over a barrel.
Alice.
And please don't say I was in here to see you.
Listen.
Don't make me beg, Frank.
All right.
Oh. Thank you.
Come on. I'll take you to lunch.
No, it isn't necessary.
You deserve it. You've had a rough morning.
So did you. Joe, you're home early.
Where were you around noon? I called a few times.
Oh, out shopping, one thing and another. Any luck?
Luck? What's luck? We can say with Mr. Emerson that shallow men believe in luck. We can also say with whoever it was that said it that luck is the residue of desire. Come over here and give the old man a kiss.
Oh, Joe. It's wonderful to see you in a good mood again.
And now, sit down.
Oh, I should be starting dinner.
We're going out to dinner to celebrate.
To celebrate?
The Great Awakening.
But, Joe, what happened?
I'm at peace with myself, my darling. Finally.
Oh, Joe.
This morning I was sitting in the park, wondering where to go next. To whom should I give the opportunity to brush me off today?
Darling, that's no way to...
Now. I started to talk to myself.
Joe, I said, you've built highways into the frozen polar wastes, oil refineries in the burning deserts, railroads that climb the towering mountains, and bridges across the raging rivers. There isn't a continent on the face of this earth that doesn't contain a monument to your ability.
Now that is good, positive thinking.
But, Joe, I said, you're through. They don't want to know about all the successes. They just want to talk about the one big failure.
Joe.
The bridge. The railroad bridge over the Uriya River, south of the Punjab. 15 killed, 50 injured. $30 million down the drain. You're through, Joe. No one will ever trust you with an important project again.
I won't have any more kind of talk like that, Joe.
Now, sometimes a woman has to understand that her husband isn't going to be a winner. I've come to the end of the line.
And this is the great awakening? This is how you're at peace with yourself?
Yes.
By accepting the fact that no one will ever give you a job again?
I may get another job.
Oh, when?
When he has decided to forgive me.
What? What did you say?
Now I'm going to find out if you're really my wife.
If, after 15 years.
You've never been tested before.
Tested? I froze with you in Alaska. I almost died of thirst in the Sahara.
I need you now, Alice. I need you to help me.
Of course. I want to help you.
Not your way. My way.
Any way. Name it.
I want you to accept what I'm going to tell you. I don't want you to fight it. I've been living with that bridge over the Uriya.
If you could just put it out of your mind.
I keep saying how. Why? I did everything right. I know I did. What did I forget? What did I overlook? And then I remembered.
What?
You had come up from Benares to join me. Remember?
Oh, yes.
It was the weekend before.
Yes.
Remember how beautiful, how peaceful the camp was? The work gang had just finished supper. They were celebrating some kind of holy night.
There was dancing.
And then she appeared. Suddenly. Out of nowhere. Do you remember?
Oh, I remember. A blind old beggar lady.
Oh, no. She was Hunifa, the sorceress. Hunifa, the witch.
All right, dear.
Do you remember she wore a headdress and necklaces and bracelets, all made of gold and silver coins?
I think so.
You could hear them rustle and jingle every time she moved. Her voice. Can you ever forget her voice?
Sahib, I am Hunifa.
Art thou hungry, mother? Go then to the cook fires and say that Carpenter Sahib orders that food be given thee.
I am Hunifa, handmaiden to all the gods and high priestess to the spirit of the Uriya River. The Sahib has come from across the Black Ocean to build this bridge across the waters of the Uriya. Is this true?
This is true.
With whose permission?
The government?
The government can but give authorization. But permission is granted only by the spirit of the river. The Sahib must ask for it.
Very well, Hunifa. I ask.
This should have been asked at the beginning.
I'm sure, but Sahibs have many concerns.
It must now be asked at the ceremony.
A ceremony?
Before all the people, to show that the spirit of the river must be obeyed.
But I cannot do that. I cannot officially support this kind of superstition.
The spirit of the river demands it. Hear, O Sahib, gather the people now and go to the riverbank and ask forgiveness.
Now, Hunifa...
Or thou shalt be punished, Sahib.
Punished?
A curse shall be leveled against thee, and at the hour of noon tomorrow, the bridge will fall.
How can the bridge fall? It's concrete and steel.
The bridge will fall, and you shall be cursed.
No, you know it can't happen.
At noon tomorrow, the bridge will fall. He has spoken. The spirit of the river has spoken through me, his high priestess, Hunifa.
The next day, at noon, the bridge fell.
Oh, Joe.
It fell.
Oh, please, when you talk like this.
And so, this afternoon, I sat in that park. I prayed. You know to whom I prayed?
I'm afraid to hear.
I prayed to the spirit of the river. And I felt it was not just the spirit of the Uriya River in India, but the spirit of all the rivers in the world. I prayed for the spirit to forgive me.
Perhaps you should see a doctor.
I prayed, and suddenly I heard a tinkling. The jingling sound of her coins and jewels, and saw her standing in front of me.
In the park?
Yes.
You mean she was there and no one else saw her?
I didn't say she was there. I said I saw her.
Does the Sahib repent the sin?
Oh, yes. Yes, I repent.
Does the Sahib believe in the spirit of the river?
Yes.
No. The Sahib wishes to believe. He must try harder. He must give himself completely. He must allow the spirit of the river to fill his body and soul.
Yes, yes.
And at the moment when the Sahib truly believes, the curse shall be lifted.
I believe, Hunifa. I believe.
Oh, Joe, you can't do this to yourself.
I believe completely.
Don't give way. Don't yield to ignorant superstition. There is no spirit of the river.
Hunifa, tell him I believe. I believe. Hello?
Joe?
Yes, who is it?
It's me, Frank.
Frank?
It's been such a long time. Look, Joe, are you working?
Working?
How'd you like to save my life? I've got a job here, a real tough one, but your style.
A job?
Look, why don't we talk about it tomorrow at lunch, huh? You want to pick me up at, say, 12:30? I'll see you.
Yeah, Frank. Yeah, see ya. Well, Alice, what do you say now? What do you say?
One of the most effective devices in storytelling is the pause. If one picture is worth 1,000 words, one pause can be worth 1,000 pictures. And while Alice is pausing to try to give Joe an answer, we shall pause for the short intermission that must precede Act 2. What is superstition? Very often, it may turn out to be the next person's devoutly held belief. We roil dangerous waters when we erect our own orthodoxy as a platform for everyone. And we may become embroiled in a deadly game that any number can play.
What do you say now, Alice? I was cursed by the spirit of the river.
No.
And no one wanted to give me a job. I prayed to the spirit of the river for forgiveness. I said, please lift the curse. And what happened? Frank offered me a job.
That is superstition. That is not why you got the job.
It isn't? Can you suggest another reason?
No, I guess I can't. Got a minute, Frank?
For you? Of course, Alice. Sit down.
I want to thank you for giving Joe the job.
I agreed to, didn't I?
The way you did it made him think he was doing you a favor.
Oh, forget it.
If he ever found out that He mustn't, Frank.
I understand.
Thanks again.
Alice, that bridge in India, I've been thinking about it. It could have collapsed for reasons that had nothing to do with Joe's ability.
What are you saying?
Well, being fair, he wasn't responsible for the original design. He may have been victimized by crooked contractors. There was political opposition to the thing. He could have been sabotaged.
Thanks for saying all that, too, Frank.
I believe in Joe. I'll prove it.
You already did. You gave him a job.
I'm going to trust him with my only son. Frank Jr. just graduated from Caltech.
That little boy?
Oh, top man in his class. The fact is, he's a genius.
Is the job you're putting Joe on a job for a youngster without experience?
Well, he can learn a lot from Joe. And he'll pull his own weight.
Well, Frank, you're the boss.
No, Joe's the boss. But Alice, how'd you like to use your influence?
I'd rather not.
But you do need another man. You're not being swamped with applications. You could get by with a junior.
Yeah, but not Frank's kid.
Why not, Joe?
Maybe I'm scared.
Of what?
I don't know, of everything. If I fail,
You can't talk like that.
I don't want to discuss it.
But I thought that according to your evaluation of this thing, you've been forgiven.
Yes, but he's a jealous spirit, this spirit of the river. Suppose he turns on me again.
Oh, Joe.
The job is for an oil company. They have to build a railroad through the jungle.
You've built railroads
Yes,
before.
sure, but at one point I have to build a bridge across a river. What'll I do?
If what?
If the spirit says no.
Do you want to resign?
No.
You have a lot of paperwork to get through.
I told Frank to hire a secretary for me.
And I told him I would take the job.
Alice, I don't want you.
And I'll also be going to Brazil with you.
This time I say no.
Why do you always start these arguments? You never win them. I'll also call young Mr. Frank Perkins, Jr. and tell him to be at your office at 1 sharp.
Hi there. I'm Frank Perkins, Jr. Joe Carpenter in?
Frank Perkins, Jr. is here.
I'll be right out.
And, who are you?
I'm Alice Carpenter, Joe's wife.
Oh, very interesting.
Your first job?
Oh, I could have caught on in a lot of places for much more money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you should see some of the top outfits that wanted me. But the old gent said this would be a great experience.
I'm, Joe Carpenter.
Oh, hi there.
I give him the personnel forms to take to Harry Wilson's secretary. She's just down the hall to your right.
No, I know where she is.
It's 10 after 2. Weren't you supposed to be here at 1?
Hey, I was here 15 minutes early, but I met Harry Wilson's secretary, and we started talking, and before you knew it, I took her to lunch.
Well, get those forms over there right away.
Oh, righto, Chief.
Joe.
What's the matter?
Why didn't you let that kid have it?
I've got too many more important problems on my mind.
What's more important than letting everybody know who's boss on this project? You never let anyone get away with that kind of attitude before.
Where's my materials list?
You still haven't told me, Joe. What is the matter?
Nothing's the matter.
It's you.
Is Joe around?
He's over at a steel mill in Branchville. They've got a new alloy he wants to look at.
You're working late, aren't you?
Oh, there's a lot to do.
Just about dinner time.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. I'll send out for a sandwich.
Look, I got a better idea. Have dinner with me.
No, thanks. I told Joe I'd meet him here at the office.
I could have you back in time.
Junior, I am Joe's wife.
What does that mean? Only that he saw you first.
Do you realize we're leaving for Brazil the day after tomorrow? Don't you have things to do?
Well, sure. But, I'd rather have dinner with you. Oh, go ahead. Oh, go, sure. Pretend to be busy. But in the long run, everyone must surrender to my fabulous charms.
Good night, Junior. Why don't you turn in, Joe? It's almost midnight.
I have to check through these schedules. You go to the tent. I'll be there in a while.
Oh, please, don't stay up too late.
Don't forget your mosquito netting.
No, I won't.
Hi there.
Oh, hello, Junior.
Oh, look, you just call me that because you think it'll keep me in my place. Can't you sleep either?
I was in the operations tent with Joe.
Listen, how can those natives swing a pick and shovel all day and dance all night?
They don't have too many worries, I suppose. Good night.
Must you go? You don't get to see a moon like that one back home.
How do you like the job so far?
I never talk shop after the day's work is done. Especially with a beautiful woman.
Glad you came along?
I'm glad you came along.
Well, this is about as far as I can go. Joe's decided to keep the permanent base here. You'll be moving into the jungle in a few days.
And you're going to stay here alone?
No, the supply clerks will be here. The repair shop, the dispensary. You have quite a little group.
I think I'll ask Joe to assign me here as a bodyguard for you.
You won't learn much engineering that way.
I'm not learning an awful lot now.
What do you mean?
Oh, let's go down to the campfire, huh? And, watch the dancing?
No, thanks. I better turn in.
Oh, well. The job's going to last at least 2 years. I can wait.
Joe, what
Yeah.
time is it?
It's 3:45 in the morning.
Oh, you can't sleep either?
It always takes me a while to settle in on a job.
I was talking to Junior.
Yeah?
You know, he's a bright boy.
I'm beginning to have my doubts.
No, I admit he's a bit brash.
Yes, but, all right, what about it?
Well, he said he wasn't learning much on this job.
Oh? Is he complaining?
No, it just happened to come out. I guess he really isn't. Seems to me that you're going around in circles getting this job off the ground. You're 2 weeks behind schedule now.
I'm being very careful, Alice.
Yes, I can understand that.
And another thing, let me worry about the job, huh?
Yes, dear.
And now, let's get some sleep. All right, Junior. Tell the foreman to knock his crew off with the chow.
Sure.
Hey, Pedro, time to manjar.
Joe?
Alice, what are you doing here?
Well, this Jeep was back at the base and no one was using it.
Why did you come here? You know that I distinctly said not...
Joe, it's the 14th.
What about it?
You haven't started on the bridge.
I know that.
The support should have been in already.
Alice,
You're stalling.
it's the same kind of bridge. And look at the river. It's just like the Uria.
Why are you stalling, Joe?
Alice, I prayed.
Oh, Joe, be sensible.
I prayed every day since we arrived here.
For what?
For permission to build the bridge. The spirit of the river has to grant me leave to build the bridge.
I refuse to believe that.
I didn't get his permission last time. And you know what happened. I won't go through that again.
You're stalling.
Call it that, all right. Call it anything you like. But I need permission. I won't sink that first foundation till I get permission.
But you cannot stall indefinitely.
It doesn't have to be indefinitely. In a little while, the rainy season starts. And I can knock off for at least 5 months. That'll give me time.
Joe, your design is sound.
Yes, that's what I thought last time. No, Alice, I'm praying for permission. So far, it hasn't been granted. I'll wait.
There's another way to look at it.
No, there isn't. I flouted the spirit last time. I was punished. I prayed for forgiveness. And then suddenly I was hired for a job.
But that could have been...
Yes?
Oh, a coincidence.
You don't really believe that?
You've lost your judgment. And you're using this whole business with the spirit of the river and this old Indian witch just as a cover-up.
Now, don't say that.
You can't face the bridge.
Don't do this to me. Don't weaken my belief, my faith. The spirit doesn't answer me because my commitment isn't complete. Help me, Alice. Help me to believe again.
How can she help him? It's remarkable what a wife may be asked to do in, well, call it the line of duty. Ladies, how might you react if your husband asked you to help him believe in something called the spirit of the river, which rules every body of water in the world? The heroines on our show are constantly blazing new trails, aren't they? And this one leads right into Act 3. As Mr. Browning says, our interests on the dangerous edge of things, the honest thief, the religious atheist, the tender murderer. Everything, it would seem, carries within itself the seeds of its own contradiction. Positive, negative. These are two sides of the same emotion.
Help me, Alice.
I can't help you destroy yourself with superstitious nonsense.
You have to go back to the base camp.
I brought the big tent, Joe. It's in the Jeep.
Well, look who's here. Are you staying a while?
She's on her way back to the base. This is no place for a woman.
I am not that fragile.
I don't want you here, Alice.
But, Joe,
Junior, tell Jose I want one of his best men over here on the double. He's to take my .404 rifle and drive Mrs. Carpenter back to the base.
Joe, why don't you let me take her back?
You?
Why not? I can handle a .404 rifle.
All right. It isn't as though you're any use to me around here anyhow.
Why don't you let me take you away from all this, Alice?
You're almost 15 years younger than I am.
I've always been fascinated by older women.
I happen to love my husband.
Yeah.
You know, Joe was a lot like you when he was your age. He'll settle down, too.
Joe, huh?
What's the matter?
Does he actually think he's ever going to finish this job?
What do you mean?
Well, I might have said too much.
You might as well say the rest of it.
Okay. I'm supposed to learn from this guy, but he hasn't shown me a thing. Well, yeah, he's shown me a lot of inefficiency and waste.
Oh?
And he's always leaning on Tompkins and Connolly. Okay, they're competent engineers, but neither of them's a ball of fire.
I see.
You know, the bad part is everybody's wise to Joe by now. Even the native laborers sense it. So everybody's stalling on the job.
But what's Joe doing?
Search me. I can't figure him out. They say he used to be a great engineer.
He's still a great engineer.
Okay.
Stop. Stop right here.
What?
Pull into this clearing and turn around. We're going back to Joe.
Sending you back to the base is the first smart thing Joe's done on this job. The place isn't safe back there.
Turn this thing around.
But Joe said that
Forget what Joe said. Somebody has to give orders around here. I'm staying, and that's all there is to it.
Go ahead, Pedro, and do as Mrs. Carpenter says.
I see all the materials are here for the bridge supports.
Yes.
So, what are you waiting for?
Let's not start that again, Alice.
I'd like to finish
It
it.
isn't something we can argue about. It's a matter of belief.
Superstition. Look, down there, by those bulldozers. Frank Perkins Jr.
What about Frank Perkins, Jr.?
What do you suppose he would think if he knew what we were talking about?
I'm not interested in what Junior thinks.
For that matter, what would any intelligent person think?
If you're going to stay here, just don't get in my way.
All right. But I still say you could start the bridge.
Listen. Did you hear that?
Yes, it was thunder.
It was more than just thunder. It means the rainy season's about to start. We couldn't begin work on the bridge now, no matter what.
Relieved, aren't you?
Now I can get away from the river. We'll go to the high ground on the other side. We'll start that end of the job. It could be another year before I have to face that bridge. Jose, get the men ready to break camp.
Hey, what are we doing, Joe?
Isn't it obvious we're suspending operations?
Well, that's what Tompkins told me. I can't believe it.
Why not?
Well, because the schedule calls for getting in the bridge supports.
Obviously, we can't keep that schedule. The rainy season's starting early.
We could still do it.
It's my judgment and my decision to suspend operations now. Ready to go?
I suppose so.
I'll have Pedro take down the tent.
Just because some old... I guess I can call her an old hustler in the swindler sense of the word.
Alice, I don't want to hear anymore.
Just because she sold you a bill of goods about some spirit of the river.
I was under the impression that a man and his wife were one flesh, one spirit, one mind. I see now that I was wrong.
No, you weren't.
I suppose everyone has to have a special private place which can't be shared or even understood by anyone else.
It's your imagination. Oh, if only I could somehow prove you were wrong. Goodbye, Junior.
Yeah, goodbye. I wish you weren't in love with him.
Sometimes I wish the same thing.
Hey, with everybody gone, we could have a great time out here.
Oh, listen, Junior. In a couple of years, I'm going to be an old lady.
You'll never be an old lady, Alice.
And you'll still be a boy.
You know, that's your problem. You look at me as if I were a kid.
Well, aren't you?
Being a man isn't a question of how old you are.
It isn't.
It's a question of how you stand up to responsibility. And you know what I'm talking about. If I were chief here, those bridge supports would be going in right now. I'd show you, Alice.
Junior, we're all set.
Yeah.
You'll be responsible for breaking camp. It shouldn't take you a week to weatherproof what has to be left. Get the rest of the stuff packed for shipment.
Okay, Chief.
See you back at the base camp.
Goodbye, Junior.
Goodbye, Alice.
Listen to that rain. It can go on like that for months.
Shouldn't Junior have been back here by now?
Yeah, he's a couple of days late.
Could something be wrong?
He could have been delayed. He had a lot to do back there. Where are you going?
Out for a ride.
In this rain?
Well, the Jeep's covered.
But where would you want to go?
I just want to go, that's all. Junior!
Alice.
I was worried about you, so... Oh, the bridge!
Yeah. I figured I could get a good piece of it up.
But Joe ordered you to be...
I did it because I wanted to prove something to you. I didn't know it could rain like this. Alice, I'm in trouble. The river's rising too quickly. My foundations will be washed away.
Junior.
Look, I was wrong, Alice. I'm in a jam. I disobeyed orders and all the material. I could be ruined for life. Get Joe, Alice.
But what can Joe do for you now?
I don't know. Maybe he can think of something. Please, get him. Go get Joe.
Alice, what have you got to say now? There is a spirit of the river, and nothing may be done without his permission. And if that sounds like black magic out of the Middle Ages, make the most of it.
Joe, the boy's in a jam.
And who got him into it? You did.
Me?
Yes. My eyes are open. I saw how you flirted with him, flattered his vanity, boosted his ego.
That isn't true.
Did you or did you not give him to understand that he could rise in your estimation if he started that bridge?
Why would I do that?
To prove something to me about my so-called superstitions?
I didn't. Oh, Joe, what's the difference now? If the structure's washed away, millions of dollars are down the drain.
He made his decision.
He'll be ruined. No one will ever give him another job.
He doesn't have to worry. His father owns the business. He'll put him in another job. How do you think he got this one?
How do you think you did? Because some old bag fed you some mumbo-jumbo about the spirit of the river?
You simply cannot accept the facts.
And you don't know what the facts are. Maybe Junior's father didn't get him his job. But your wife got you yours.
What are you talking about? The spirit of the river accepted my
You'd
prayer.
still be home, waiting for that spirit of the river, if I hadn't swallowed every ounce of pride, humbled myself, and begged Frank Perkins to hire you. Everyone said you were washed up. Maybe they were right. Maybe you need this nonsense to justify yourself.
Stay here.
Where are you going?
Joe, I shouldn't have done it.
Of all the stupid...
I'm in a jam.
You deserve to be for trying to show me up.
Oh, chew him out later. The river must be rising over a foot an hour.
All right. I always had a plan for what I would do if I started building and the rains caught me.
You throw a dam to block the rapids 3 miles upstream.
How do you know? Who told you?
You did, Joe. You've been so upset about this job, you've been talking about it in your sleep.
Joe, get me out of it.
We're going to blow a piece of that cliff just above the rapids. The debris will slow down the water. How many men have you still got?
Close to 50.
Have them get to work on sandbags. Then we'll load the motorboat with TNT. You'll come with me and cut fuses.
But you can't ride in a boat filled with explosives in this kind of storm.
How else can we get there? I'll have another cup of coffee.
The river isn't rising anymore.
It is, but not enough to hurt us.
I was so nervous till I heard the dynamite. And then I was so scared till you got back.
It'll be all right now. Everything will hold.
Joe, you must be angry with me.
What for?
Because of what I told you about my going to Frank, about the job.
Yeah. I thought about it for a bit.
I had to do it, Joe. Just to prove that this spirit of the river thing was a phony.
And now you're sure.
Well, you saw what happened?
How do you know, for the sake of argument, how do you know that it wasn't the spirit of the river that made you go to Frank? Maybe that's the way the spirit works.
Well, Joe,
I asked the spirit of the river for a sign to set the bridge. But what would such a sign be? What did I expect? Well,
I don't know.
Maybe the spirit of the river made you work on Junior to disobey orders so that I would have to bail him out. Maybe that was the sign.
Do you really believe that, Joe?
When you're in the middle of civilization, you believe one thing. But when you're out in a jungle, or desert, or desolate mountain range, and there's nothing but you and nature, you believe a little bit of everything.
Isn't that just about the way it is for most people? Don't most of us believe a little of this and a little of that? Don't we try to hedge our bets? Maybe we aren't superstitious, but we still avoid black cats and walking under ladders and all unnecessary activity on Friday the 13th. And who refuses a gift of a 4-leaf clover? I may have a gift of sorts for you when I return. It has been said, where knowledge ends,
faith begins. That would seem to tie it up neatly. But what is knowledge? And what is faith? There are those who insist that knowledge consists of having faith in one's facts. If you can't solve this problem to your own satisfaction, be comforted by the thought that it has troubled the world's greatest minds since the beginning of time. And the answer is still nowhere in sight. Our cast included Ralph Bell, Evie Juster, and Bob Caliban. The entire production is under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. In the annals of the Gothic mystery, no psychic detective is more venerated than Dr. Hesselius, the creation of the writer Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu. The case history that I bring you now is remarkable because it took place before Dr. Hesselius had gained his later fame. But young as he was, the same formidable intellect is at work, almost as incisive and decisive as it was to become later in life.
It may be of small value, Captain Barton, but I am equally persuaded that when you start to walk again, you will hear the footsteps.
But why? How? What is it, Dr. Hesselius?
For some undisclosed reason, and in spite of the objective evidence of the note you received, which seems to rule out supernatural influence, my instinctive judgment is that you are haunted by a familiar.
Our mystery drama, The Familiar Ghost, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Charles Irving. It is sponsored in part by Contact, the 12-hour cold capsule. I'll be back shortly with Act 1. I can think of no better way of beginning this brooding tale than by first quoting Dr. Hesselius briefly on the subject of haunted men, and then introducing him to tell it. The quote, "In a rough way, we can reduce all such cases to three distinct classes. Some are those who by conscience are subject to illusions. Others are truly infested by spiritual agencies beyond their control. And the third are affected by some systemic disease which clouds their functions and destroys objective thought. Had I seen James Barton soon enough, I might have read his problem."
Somewhere about the year 1894, a young man, whom I shall call Captain James Barton, returned to Dublin. He had served in His Majesty's Navy with distinction during the American War. He was 43, intelligent, a man of the world, reserved, and affluent, although he kept but one manservant and one horse. He appeared to be a man who would live to a good old age and die rich, till he met Viola Montague and fell hopelessly in love.
I know I am not worthy of you, Viola. I realize there is a considerable difference in our ages. I am not a wealthy man, But I believe I can maintain you comfortably in every way. And I can offer you a devotion of such depth and strength that it is far more important than my life. I'm asking you, begging you, to become my wife.
Oh, James, I am overcome. I have no words.
You only need one to answer, my beloved. Let it be the right one, for I know how unworthy I am.
Stop it. I will not have you run yourself down. You are handsome and kind and strong and more than worthy. As for your wealth and your age, I care not how much you have of either. I accept you just as you are.
Are you saying yes?
Till my father, the general, returns from Europe, I cannot promise you my hand, but for myself, I give you willingly my heart and my answer. Yes. Yes.
My darling, you have made me the happiest of men. Surely when General Montague sees that, he will not refuse my suit.
Have no fear. Father will be your staunch supporter. Indeed, he's already a hero worshiper of yours for all your exploits at sea and the battles you've won for your country.
That's behind me now. I've had enough of the sea. I never want to return to it.
I hope you never shall. I want you with me. And even if Father has any notion against our marriage, it will not take me long to wind him about my finger.
When will he be back from Europe?
Within 3 weeks. And we shall be married as soon after that as I can manage.
It can't be too soon for me. But it's getting late.
Oh, don't go yet.
I'd better. With no one in the house but the servants, I don't know if I trust myself entirely.
I suppose you must.
I will.
Oh, James.
Good night, darling.
Good night. Oh, it's such a foggy and broody night. I don't like the idea of you walking home.
It's not so far. Good exercise. I shall enjoy the stroll. I'll be walking on air all the way.
I shall worry until I see you safe and sound tomorrow. Don't let anything happen to you.
What could happen to me? I am armed and well able to take care of myself. Nothing could trouble me tonight. Not even the devil himself, though he walked in my footsteps.
What prophetic echo from the inner mind could have made Captain James Barton select those special words? For in a sense, this was exactly what was about to happen to him. As he strode along the misty, shadowed streets, the leather heels of his boots echoed sharply on the cobblestones. The sound of his own boots was all very well. But of a sudden, he became conscious that he had a follower.
Oh, who's there? Who are you, I say? Am I hearing things? No one there. Not even the hint of a shadow. Imagination, I suppose. Confound it. It's chilly, cold. Better get myself home. There is someone following. And yet, if I look back, there's no one there. Oh, what am I running from? Who could be following me that I cannot see? And why am I suddenly so afraid?
In a panic of fear at the unknown and the unseen, poor James Barton ran until he reached his rooms. There, common sense returned, and he went to bed, resolutely blotting out his imaginary follower. But the following morning, something else happened, which brought me into the strange case. In answer to an urgent message delivered by hand, I hurried to the Montague mansion to meet Viola.
It was good of you to come, Dr. Hesselius.
Your father has befriended me on many occasions.
You are a good friend.
Now, let us get down to whatever it is that is troubling you.
I need help, or rather, I'm afraid my poor fiancé does.
I was surprised at the news of your engagement. Does the general know of it?
I've written him, but there has been no time for a reply. However, I have no doubt that Father will be delighted. It's about the day after he proposed.
When he took me to lunch, I was conscious that something was bothering James. While we were walking and even in the carriage, he kept glancing constantly over his shoulder as if someone or something was following us.
He had never acted this way before?
No. I'm afraid for him.
Why?
I don't quite know. This follower, this presence, whatever dogs his footsteps, haunts my mind, too. When he first told me, laughing it off about someone trailing him, I knew that it was nothing to be laughed off.
Viola, I've known you ever since you were quite little. I've never had any indication that you were at all sensitive to the preternatural.
I never have been before. I might have written it off as undue concern for someone I love, just as I'm sure James would have, if it hadn't been for this.
And what is this?
A letter that came to James through the post. I'm sure he never would have shown it to me except for the accident that last night this fell inadvertently to the floor from his jacket.
Oh, may I read it?
That's why I asked you to come.
Is Captain Barton aware that you called me?
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, he's here this moment in the house. I wanted to talk to you first, before you met, because you'll find he wants to push this aside.
But you think it's more important than that?
I am afraid. I'm terrified for him in a way I find difficult to express. I know that my husband-to-be is in dreadful jeopardy.
I hope your fears are not justified. But I think if the captain is here, by all means, he should join us.
He's in the next room. I'll get him. James, would you come in, dear?
Of course, Viola.
James, this is the Dr. Hesselius I've told you so much about. Dr. Hesselius, my fiancé, Captain James Barton.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
And for me.
Doctor. The term is not honorary, Captain. I've been thoroughly educated in medicine and surgery, though so far I have practiced neither. That does not mean to say I do not continue to pursue my studies, which, however, have taken me somewhat deeper into the realm of the spirit and the psyche itself.
James, I asked Dr. Hesselius here, as you know. I beg you to discuss the note you have received and what happened the other night.
Have you read the note, Doctor?
Not yet. I preferred to have your permission.
That was not necessary. Here. I shall read it to you myself. To Mr. Barton, late captain of the Dolphin, you are warned of danger. You will do wise to avoid Eglantine Lane, and indeed the lady who lives at one end of it. Should you walk there again, take this warning once and for all that you have reason to dread. And it is signed, or at least concluded, in capital block letters crudely printed, The Watcher.
You have no idea, of course, who the Watcher might be.
Not the slightest.
Or you, Viola?
Me, Dr. Hesselius, how could I?
Perhaps some other suitor?
There has been no other.
I will not deny to you, Doctor, that I have not made enemies. Not only those it was my duty to war against, but also among my own compatriots. The command of a ship makes a man an autocrat. But now the war is over and done with. I can think of no one who should bear a special grudge. At all events, the note is not what disturbs me.
It is the follower.
Yes.
I must admit he bothers me also.
Why, Dr. Hesselius?
Because the two, if they belong together, don't fit each other, do you see? As evidenced here by this note, one is of this world, the other... Do you understand that you never saw the man who made the footsteps?
That's right. But it was foggy.
Still, I understand you turned back, called to him, tried to locate him.
I did.
And when you just paced back and forth and tried to create the echo of your own footsteps, there was no sound.
Correct. It's very late, Dr. Hesselius. I think Viola is tired.
I'm not. I'm worried, James.
Suppose, after we say goodnight, Dr. Hesselius and I continue the conversation. Can I drop you somewhere, Doctor?
As a matter of fact, I could use a walk. And we're going in the same direction.
You know, of course, that I was anxious to have you walk with me as a witness.
I guessed as much. To listen and look for whatever dogs your footsteps.
Yes.
But you didn't want Viola to know that it is a constant fact by now.
How did you know?
Am I right?
Yes. More and more. Sometimes even in the daylight.
But there is never a figure to account for the footsteps.
No.
And you have satisfied yourself that it is not a simple echo?
Yes, I have. Listen. Do you hear them?
No. But stop and turn. Do you still hear them?
No. But as soon as we start to walk again, I know I will.
It may be of small value, Captain Barton, but I'm equally persuaded that as soon as we start to walk again, you will hear the footsteps.
Why? How? What is it, Dr. Hesselius?
For some as yet undisclosed reason, and in spite of the objective evidence of the note you received, which seems to rule out supernatural influence, it is my instinctive judgment that you are haunted by a familiar.
Haunted by a familiar. Now, there is a strange and awkward word, as old-fashioned in its way as our story. The dictionary will define it as many things, but the term of choice here would seem to be held in service by a supernatural tie. But who is held in service? The ghost or the host? Which is the familiar? I shall return shortly with Act 2. We are now back to our story of the familiar. What is it that Captain Barton cannot remember out of his past, or chooses not to? Can the brilliant Dr. Hesselius, whose mind embraces two worlds, the finite and the supernatural, solve the problem which could destruct James Barton's marriage before it even begins?
You mean that I am haunted wherever I may go by a demon?
I don't have enough evidence to answer you as yet. I still don't know whether your tormentor is alive or dead. Nor, Captain, do I think you do.
Alive or dead, how do I get rid of him?
Now, the first step, perhaps the only step, is remembering who he is.
How can I remember someone I cannot see but only hear, who writes me in print so that I cannot recognize the hand, and who signs his letter only the watcher?
Time must answer that for you.
But I have no time, or little. Within the next few days, General Montague will return, and I hope give his consent to my marriage to Viola.
I would not advise that until...
I realize that marriage to her will be impossible until this matter is resolved.
Of course you do. I propose you come to my offices tomorrow and allow me to make as thorough a physical examination of you as possible.
There's nothing the matter with my health.
Would you rather the problem was all in your mind?
No. I'll come to your offices in the morning.
Good. For tonight, let us see you safely home.
How can I be safe while I am hounded?
You hear the steps again.
Yes. I shall not sleep tonight, nor any night until this torture is gone.
I was puzzled and intrigued by this curious hallucination. The imaginary footsteps that dogged Captain Barton were easy enough to account for. Our imagination can, under periods of great stress or excitement, conjure up almost any unbelievable terror. But the note, that was something else again. Clearly, this was no simple case. The threat came from this world as well as the world beyond. And with the captain's visit the following morning, the mystery only deepened.
This came by the morning post. My man brought it to me.
The same crude printing as before.
Never mind the printing, Doctor. Read it.
You may as well think, Captain Barton,
to escape from your own shadow as from me. Do what you may, I shall follow or see you as often as I please. I will do better than that. I shall let you see me, for I do not want to hide myself as you fancy. If you are of good conscience, what do you have to fear from the eye of the Watcher?
He means to reveal himself.
Won't that be all to the good?
I don't know.
You haven't guessed who he might be?
No.
Then perhaps when you see him, you will. At all events, whoever he is, he seems to belong to the natural world rather than the supernatural.
But what about the footsteps?
Imagination plays tricks on all of us.
A man would have to be mad to imagine something like that.
Not necessarily. Let me examine you thoroughly, physically, and then worry about any aberrations of the mind. I found him in excellent health. Remarkable condition, in fact, for a man of his age. Had I not known it, I could easily have concluded that here was a man in his mid or early 30s, in the prime of life. My report to him seemed to lift his spirits somewhat. There were a few laboratory tests to be completed, and we made an appointment for the following day. But another development was to enter this strange case before that appointment was kept. Oh, my dear Miss Montague, Viola, what an unexpected pleasure.
May I please come in, Dr. Hesselius?
By all means. I had thought perhaps Captain Barton was with you.
No, we parted after luncheon.
Let me take your shawl, my dear.
No, I'd rather keep it. I'm chilled to the bone. We have just seen the Watcher.
We?
James and I.
You saw this person also?
Yes.
Clearly?
Well, we were in the carriage on the way home. There was quite a crowd gathered at the corner of Eglinton and Copley Streets. And all of a sudden, I felt James give a compulsive start. He had told me the good news of his general health, but the start was so violent. I thought for a moment that perhaps he'd had a heart attack. I turned to him quickly.
No.
James, what is it? Are you ill?
I see him, Viola.
Who?
The one who follows me. The Watcher.
Where?
There, in the crowd. Don't you see him? The short man there, wearing the fur cap and that strange foreign coat. Can't you see him? With the red face and the brown teeth clenched in that awful smile. Stop the carriage. I've got to catch him. Find out what he wants. Check it out of him.
No, James, no. Don't risk going near him.
I must. I've got to see him face to face.
And did he catch him?
No, Dr. Hesselius. I mean, I don't know. He disappeared into the crowd and seemed as if he might have turned into Eglinton Lane. Whatever had interested the crowd seemed to be over, and they dispersed. Quite suddenly, the corner was empty, and James had vanished into thin air.
Did you look for him?
Oh, yes. I had the driver turn into Eglinton Lane, and we went the whole length of it. There was no sign of James. At his lodgings, his servant said he had not returned. I went back to the corner where he had disappeared. He wasn't there. In desperation, I came here. What am I to do?
Can you describe him to me?
A little man with a red face marked as though by the pox. He had bad teeth and this terrible fixed smile on his face. And he wore a strange-looking coat and this fur hat with ear laps. He would have looked ridiculous if it hadn't been for the smile.
Interesting. If he was smiling, why would you fear him?
There was no warmth in the smile. It was as though someone from behind had seized the corners of the mouth and dragged them up and back till it was more of a snarl or a silent shriek of pain. When I think of it, I'm in terror for James' very life.
It took me some time to calm Viola. I then saw her home in a carriage. I left her to attend to one or two business matters. Then, returning later to my own quarters on foot, was vastly cheered to find, waiting on my doorstep, an obviously healthy, if disturbed, Captain James Barton.
Dr. Hesselius, thank heaven I caught you. I was about to leave again.
Oh, Captain Barton, before anything, we must let Viola know that you are safe.
She already knows. I came away from there shortly and hurried here by hackney. When I found you away, I was at my wits' end after what happened.
By all means, come in and tell me.
Viola says she had told you we saw the Watcher.
I know you saw him and pursued him. Did you catch up with him? Let's go into the drawing room.
No, he led me a pretty chase, but eventually in some twisting alleys I lost him.
Why then didn't you return to Viola?
I was in no condition to face anyone.
Why were you so upset? Did you recognize this man you were chasing?
No.
Then why did he have such an effect on you?
The concentrated malevolence that issued from that shrunken figure. The utter evil he projected. The fiendish terror projected by that snarling smile like a wolf or some dread vampire. The mouth stretched till it hurt against the rotting, jagged teeth.
And how did you lose him?
I was right on his heels as he turned the corner, and as I hurtled round it, ready to pounce and seize him, he was gone. As if he had never been. As if he were but a figment of some awful nightmare.
And yet you are sure you saw him?
Yes, and Viola too.
So she said. But that might have been the power of suggestion. Every detail of her description was a repetition of what you said you saw.
I did see him.
And recognized.
No, how could I? Let me ask you a question, Dr. Hesselius.
Yes?
If a man had lockjaw and died of it, or appeared to as testified by a doctor of reasonable competence, might he, after all, recover?
Impossible.
But a blunder could be made.
No physician with a knowledge of death could mistake it in a case of that horrible disease.
Is there any disease which could cause a man to shrink in all his proportions, still preserving his exact resemblance in every detail, with the exception of his height and bulk?
That I can answer firmly, none.
Then I am haunted. And this thing is supernatural.
But you recognize who it is.
Not yet. I know the face, but I can't make the connection with the past. But he is, as you said, familiar. My familiar, tied to me. Oh, how can I rid myself of him? How can I determine at last who and what he is?
Now there were enough fragments to start to fit together. Some answer to the mystery. And 2 days later, a certain advertisement in the Dublin newspapers arrested my interest. If Sylvester Yelland, formerly foremast man aboard His Majesty's frigate Dolphin, or his nearest of kin, will apply to Mr. Hubert Smith, attorney, and his office in Dame Street, he or they may hear something to their great advantage. Admission at any hour till 12 at night, and full confidentiality assured. Was it possible the Watcher was alive after all? Whatever visitors Lawyer Smith might have, I resolved that I would be one of them. Not for the purpose of giving information, but of receiving or extracting it if I possibly could.
Perhaps at last, through the medium of an advertisement, this strange puzzle of a haunted man is nearing solution. But is Dr. Hesselius right in assuming, simply on the slim evidence that the ship named was the one which Captain Barton once commanded, that it has any connection with him? We'll find that out when I return shortly with Act 3. us are haunted by mistakes in our past, sins of both commission and omission. Something far deeper is born on the current from Captain Barton's past life. Something that bears with it the threat of retribution. But is the threat one of physical violence or something darker and far worse? A spiritual accounting from beyond the grave, too unspeakable to try to put into words.
Upon reading the advertisement in the paper, I had been convinced that only Captain Barton could have placed it there. I could have gone to him directly, but I hesitated to. In a sense, it was none of my business, but I took it that the identification of Sylvester Yelland might solve the mystery of the captain's mysterious follower. So I went to see Lawyer Smith.
Come in, then. It's unlocked.
Mr. Hubert Smith?
That same, sir. And may I ask?
My name is Dr. Hesselius. I'm here at the instigation of the advertisement you placed in the paper.
Oh, then you know something of this Sylvester Yelland?
No. My object was to ask who placed the advertisement.
That, I'm afraid, would be privileged information. Why do you ask?
As I said, I am a doctor. I am concerned about a patient of mine, a Captain James Barton. Do you know him?
I think I must clarify my position. I am, as you know, an attorney. A client has retained me to try to ascertain the whereabouts of the party named in the advertisement, at the same time enjoining me to total secrecy as to his identity.
Did Captain Barton place this ad?
The answer is a categoric no.
Then can you tell me who Sylvester Yelland is? Has he gotten in touch with you?
That's a question I will not answer, nor any others on this subject whatsoever. Good day, Doctor.
I left Mr. Smith, the attorney, convinced in my own mind that I was right about Captain Barton. I was sure he had inserted the ad. I went to Viola. A fortunate thing that I did, for I found her in woeful condition.
Oh, I thank the Lord you came by, Dr. Hesselius. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do.
Captain Barton?
Yes. My poor darling is slowly being driven mad by this strange creature who haunts his footsteps.
Sylvester Yelland, you mean?
Who?
The name means nothing to you.
No.
You did not happen to read this in the daily newspaper today?
What is it?
A personal advertisement from the agony column.
James put this in the paper?
It says that the man was on board the Dolphin. Wasn't that his ship?
Yes, but the ship has had other captains, other crews. It could be coincidence.
Possibly. My instinct tells me there's some strong connection between this man and your James. I'd give a great deal to know just who he is.
Then why don't you ask James himself?
It's what I intend to do without delay. But I was to be frustrated in that determination by the sudden arrival home of Viola's father. General Montague was a man of exceptional force. A lifelong experience of command had accustomed him to attacking problems head-on. Since he had known the Barton family all his life, and in fact James himself 10 or 12 years earlier, he considered him a most desirable match for his daughter. As for James's follower, he dismissed him with a roar of laughter.
Oh, absolute Tommy rot.
General Montague, believe me.
My dear Captain, I've heard enough from Viola not to need to hear any more from you. She tells me that you are a victim to blue devils in a new and original shape.
I am afraid it's a good deal more complicated.
Oh, come, this will never do. You're more like a man on his way to the gallows than to the altar.
As to that, General, much as it pains me, I have been thinking very seriously.
James, your whole problem is brooding on things when you should be in a transport of joy. Your annoyance with the occasional appearance of an ugly little man throws you into fits. So let me handle this. Let him just appear once more. I shall beat him to a jelly with my own hands.
If you knew what I know, you would speak very differently, General. Don't imagine that I am so weak as to assume without overwhelming proof the conclusion to which I have been forced. The proof of it is locked up.
Oh, what is it? Oh, your hand, it's bleeding.
It's nothing. I caught my finger on this nail by the window.
It's rusty, Captain. You ought to have that seen to. There's always the danger of lockjaw.
Lockjaw?
Well, certainly, from the infection.
Perhaps that will be the answer.
What are you staring at out of the window?
He's there. Standing, looking up at us.
Oh, where?
By the lamppost.
Oh, confound this fog. Which lamppost?
The one across the street. In his greatcoat with the flaps of his cap flying. And he's smaller than ever. He's shrinking. But that smile, that ghastly smile.
Oh, yes, I do believe I see him. Let me get my cane, and I'll thrash the rascal out of your life forever.
My life. Never. Till it is ended.
I tell you, Dr. Hyselius, I saw the man.
Are you sure, General?
When I came out the street door, there was someone by that lamppost who fit the description. But as I came out brandishing my cane, the fellow just melted into the fog. I say, Hyselius, you don't suppose he really is?
Oh, no. No, I'm quite sure whoever he is, he has been, all right. The problem is he still? And who and what is he? Or was he? You got no explanation from the captain when you returned?
None. Only the question, you saw him? To which I answered yes.
You are quite sure?
Now, look here, Hyselius, I don't take to being questioned like some common criminal. I may be getting on in years, but I've never doubted the evidence of my own eyes.
That finger Barton caught on the rusty nail. The danger of lockjaw. I don't like it.
Now, then there is danger of serious infection.
Remember the little man with that strange, stretched smile? I wonder.
I don't follow you, but I do know this is something out of my ken. Can't you have a talk with Barton?
I'd better. Or else he may not be able to keep his balance on the brink of tragedy. It will be too late. But before I had the opportunity to visit the captain, Viola herself had been there. And things in this strange affair had taken a new turn. This is what Viola reported to us after her visit.
Who is it?
It's Viola James, darling.
Viola. No. Go away.
Please, let me in.
You should not be here. Go away from me, as I begged you. Forget me. I'm not worthy.
Let me be the judge of that. Darling, it's cold. Let me come in.
Why not? The struggle is almost ended now. Come in.
What struggle, darling?
My sufferings will soon be over. I pray I leave you no legacy of suffering, too.
What suffering?
Retribution. My punishment for my sins. I don't know what to say to you except for whatever it means. Comfort has been revealed to me.
I am happy to hear you speak so tranquilly. Peace and cheer of mind will make you yourself again.
I can never be that, Viola. Forgive me for what I have done to you. I am no longer fit for life. I am soon to die. There is no help for me anymore. There is no hope or joy left. Only one last smile. The smile of well-deserved death. Viola was devastated by her rejection. And in a strange turn of face, the general, instead of being relieved, was furious at what he considered an insult to his daughter. I myself made a visit to the captain's chambers, but his servant informed me he was not at home. So 2 days passed before that same servant came knocking wildly at my door, while the general waited for me to join him in the carriage. We drove straight to Captain Barton's lodgings.
Well, he has to be in there. His servant insisted he was. The door was locked from the inside.
Then I'm afraid we're too late.
Yes, so am I. But I would have hesitated to break the door down alone.
No time for hesitation anymore.
It's a sturdy door.
Not that sturdy. I think we can manage it between us. Ready?
Yes.
Here we go. It's giving. Once again. Good Lord. Control yourself, General.
I'm sorry I said this. I've seen plenty of men dead in battle. It isn't the fact of death that shocks me.
It's the manner.
I've never seen any man, no matter how terrible his injury, look like that. It's the most desperate agony I've ever seen. The pallidity of a smile.
The captain lay in his bed, composed enough, as though he had been waiting for death. But as relaxed as his body seemed, the skin, muscles, flesh were drawn back over his skull so tightly that his head had snapped back, driven deep into the pillows. As a physician, I recognized the cause of death immediately. The explanation was not so easy, although information I gained from the attorney Hubert Smith seemed to be the answer.
I am distressed at the news you bring me, Dr. Heselius.
And I can only hope that you can give me some answers.
Oh, to what?
The mysterious Sylvester Yelland. Did anyone ever answer the advertisement?
Wait, I can speak now and answer you yes. The guardian of a young man who has not yet attained his majority. A young man who's also named James Barton.
The captain's son.
That's correct. There's no question after what has happened. And the captain named him his sole heir.
Who was his mother?
She was the daughter of a man named Sylvester Yelland. 12 years ago or so, when James Barton first became captain of the Dolphin, he fell in love with a young woman. But after a while, he sailed away like other mariners. But her father was one of the sailors on his ship. Within a year, she gave birth to a child and died on the childbed. And the enraged father, when the news reached him, tried to wreak his revenge on Captain Barton.
And Barton killed him?
Not quite. Captain Barton had forgotten the woman entirely, and thinking the man Yelland was a mutineer, had him flogged. He was cast in the brig, developed an infection, and within a few days had died horribly of lockjaw.
Lockjaw?
You seem surprised.
Little wonder. That was what killed the captain himself. There it is. But what did kill Captain Barton? Remorse, the pangs of conscience, a visitation from the dead that haunted him, or an accidental finger wound on a rusty nail, or a combination. Whatever it was, he died just as the man whose daughter he wronged. His face contorted in the terrible smile of death that tetanus visits on its victims. The rhesus sardonicus.
Let me hasten to add, to reassure all of you, that this story would not have been possible today. All children get shots to guard against the virulence of tetanus, and the vaccine is absolute protection. 200 years ago, we were not as fortunate as we are today. I'll be back shortly.
Palo Verde, an epic saga, a rich, lusty novel of 3 generations set against the dusty Pueblo that became modern Los Angeles. Palo Verde is the drama of Amelie, sensitive, supremely passionate, and the 2 Van Vliet brothers whose fierce love for her almost destroys them all. Palo Verde is the next generation. Kingdom, flying ace and silent movie idol. Shy Tessa drawn toward the most dangerous of loves. Palo Verde, the new best Jacqueline Briskin, from McGraw-Hill, at your bookstore now.
Look at us grow, see how we grow. Look at us grow, to see our... Hi, I'm Shelley Bruce, better known as Annie in the hit Broadway musical. Girl Scouts need adult volunteers. Call your local Girl Scout council today. Girl Scouts part of being a girl. Learning to be in a very big world. Learning to care and learning to share. Seeking the answers tomorrow will bring.
I think you could say that this has been, in every sense of the word, a morality story. As I mentioned before, we all make mistakes. That is the human lot. It is only or make amends that we deny our birthright. We can try to shut our minds, convince ourselves that we have forgotten them, but we cannot control the watchdog of our minds. Shakespeare said it, for conscience doth make cowards of us all. Our cast included Charles Irving, Gordon Heath, Terry Keane, and Ian Martin. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
The butcher. His real name was Valdez. What was his first name? Do you remember? Marcos. Colonel Marcos Valdez. I've often wondered what happened to him. Sometimes I fantasize about returning here to search him out. But that's past. Look, Dr. Limon, I really must get back to that restaurant and speak to that woman. It wouldn't be advisable. Why not? It's what I was trying to tell you before.